I still smile every time that thing comes on.
Right? It's cute. Like I said, just needs more werewolf.
Oh, geez.
It's perfect.
I mean, if we had some animators, that would be like show me transforming and rolling out, showing Mike burninating something.
Right? I still think it should be like anime style too.
Oh yeah, and then show you transforming into a werewolfy thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Freaking, I actually put like a call out like last week or so saying I was looking for animators, but that I needed to show or I needed to know how animators exactly like how they charge. So I know what, I can do.
Yeah.
And nobody. But you know what? I follow a ton of animators. Damn it. I mean, they're mutuals. Like, they follow me too. Like, where is everybody?
It's like I got all these. Yeah, I don't know how this person got that image on there, but I think I'm gonna have to do. First time I've ever had to do that.
What?
Oh no!
I had to suspend somebody.
Oh,
what happened?
Yeah.
Why? What happened? I didn't. Oh wow.
Yeah. They were their avatar is not appropriate for YouTube.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I had to click. Wow. How did
Mm-hmm.
Whew.
Busted.
Oh Lord.
I don't think that's Stu. I don't think that's Stu. Like Stu wouldn't do that.
Viber's cam is off. Unsubbed. Yeah, my cam was gonna be on because I was gonna debut my new chair, but then I didn't feel like building my new chair, and I also didn't feel like changing out of my pajamas today, so the cam is just not on.
Just blame Piper for everything. That's what we do.
It's the way of it.
Mm-hmm.
This is.
We got 20 watching, and we only got 9 likes. I am just saying.
Yeah, y'all get to work.
And the cat scratching on the door again. I hate that cat. I love that cat, but I hate that cat.
Well, I mean, that's the cat paradox. Is that that you both love them and you hate the fuck out of them.
Yeah. But yeah, you can't have those kind of images on the YouTube. That's this ain't no prawn.
We ain't getting caught.
Yep. Let's see. Center report. Mata. It wasn't what they said that was really the problem.
Yeah, it was what was on it.
It was their picture.
Yeah.
Since now YouTubers are responsible for everything that happens in their chats.
Mm-hmm. It sucks. It sucks. And if it was somebody here, that I'm I don't mean any ill will,
It's just that they're.
That's a very good point. Had to remove that dong. Rainbow detached dong's only brother. Yeah, dildos are different. They're unattached.
You could probably get away with that.
Yeah. Well, you can have the pics on a tube. I mean, yeah, if you want to. I mean, sure, but
Suddenly, we're responsible for everyone's bullshit at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
If it happens on this channel at all, it's so ridiculous.
Exactly. So, apparently, some stuff happened over the weekend that I was just made aware of, and within 2 minutes. 2 minutes. You can ask Piper. This is not exaggeration. I figured out the motivation.
Yep.
There's this chica.
Oh, we're starting with her then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get the serious stuff out of the way, then we'll have some fun. We got this chica named Stephanie Cook, who apparently originally made a tweet about supporting comic creators or something like that, right?
Standard boilerplate stuff for.
Mm-hmm. And I'm guessing some people from Comicsgate popped in asked them about Comicsgate, and they said, "Accept Comicsgate."
But they popped in and started supporting their favorite creators, which happened to be Comicsgate creators, and she lost her mind.
Huh. So
and she's been ranting about it for, I think, 2 days now. Just going on and milking the Comicsgate.
Where? I need to be consoled because I'm a baby.
Old tweets are harassment if I say they are.
So let's get down to the nifty grifty here, as they say. Nifty grifty. Huh. I doubled entendre on that and didn't mean to. So yeah.
At some point, she also decided that it was Ethan's fault that he sent the comics gapers after her.
Oh, hold on a second, guys. I gotta check something. Okay, let me go to my email here.
Didn't she get the memo that you have to blame War Campaign for these things?
Guys, I'm sorry, but I didn't get my email from Ethan telling me to harass this woman. I must have missed the boat or something.
I don't know. Yeah. Maybe he hand wrote them and mine got lost in the mail.
Yeah. Oh, big surprise. 70 Cook was endorsed by JDA. This is more reasons why you must nominate me for the leading Hispanic voice in sci-fi of 2020. I agree.
Yeah, there we go.
Vote Al 2020, leading Hispanic voice in sci-fi. In Christian sci-fi, to be absolutely precise.
See, I wonder, because I could swear that this person, I don't know this chick, but I could swear that she had me blocked. But I'm not blocked today. And also, I'm not blocked by JDA anymore.
Oh, no.
Did you check your spam folder?
Oh, I mean, that's a good point, Mo Big. I need
yeah.
to check that out. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. I'll go check that out in a minute. But yeah, so let's read this. Let's read this. PSA. If you send me any comics related books or content, or tag any artists who are associated with those books, if you send a mention at me to quote play devil's advocate, or tell me that I'm not helping put everyone, if I block Comicsgate people, you're getting blocked.
If you point out that I'm a hypocrite, you're getting blocked. You should let me read these though as a chick.
I thought me sounding gay was a good hook. But okay, go ahead. But whatever, I don't know anything about entertainment, so
you could keep reading them if you want to.
No, you go ahead. You had to, you wanted to play in the sandbox, so go ahead.
Jesus!
Wow. So now it's all in my vagina.
God damn it.
Breathe in, breathe out.
I will not support any creators who choose to associate with a hate movement.
Okay, hold up for a second. Hold on. You probably gave everybody in the chat an erection.
Oh, my bad.
So you might want to rethink that voice.
It's not the worst.
I was trying to go for
this for later.
Sure.
I encourage this for later, but not now. You could make some money with that. I mean, there are certain people that
you got to
appreciate.
Yay, brother.
For real, I need to. Maybe you should. Everybody wants more bass, so maybe you should just read her as a gay dude.
No, I like where this is going, so keep on.
Oh, now I need a different voice. God damn it.
Oh no. Keep going.
Oh man. Okay.
Oh shit.
Don't listen to me apparently.
I'm gonna try a different voice.
Oh my.
Oh, that's my fat chick voice though.
Now wait a minute. Hold on a second.
All right, maybe it doesn't matter.
All right, go ahead.
How about
I will not share or promote any books by
There we
those
go.
creators? How's
My
that?
boner is completely deflated. That's
All right.
I will not be bullied or manipulated into thinking I'm doing something bad by not giving hateful people my energy.
You know, you sound like a completely different person when you do that.
Right?
There's no hint of Piper when you do that.
I can do voices. I can do so many voices.
All right, continue.
If you choose to associate with a hate movement, I choose not to engage with you.
Oh.
And for added clarification, here's the definition of harassment. It has nothing to do with whether it's positive or negative. If you're coming after someone for any reason aggressively, it is harassment.
Any reason.
Mhm.
Any reason.
Positive or negative.
Piper,
So
quick, the house is on fire. You need to get the fuck out of the house. Go fucking get her. I just harassed you.
stop fucking harassing me, bruh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Why do you hate women?
Oh, the fuck is wrong with these people?
We know what's wrong with these
They're
people.
angry children.
Ugh.
Oh shit! Somebody brought the stuff.
Stop. How'd you know? Is it that
Well,
noisy?
Oh, look. Apparently somebody has an opinion. Micah Curtis, how are you doing, sir?
Oh shit.
Did someone say schemes and scams?
What's going on, brother? I saw you on Ethan's channel earlier.
Yeah, it's been a pretty fun day to say the least.
Yeah.
Man, the chat was laying into me too. I don't know why.
One of those days, right?
I pissed in somebody's cornflakes. Apparently, I don't know who.
at least
Alright.
one.
At
One
least.
set of corn.
But yeah, we were talking about this Stephanie Cook chick who popped up over the weekend and was like, "Hey, I want to help creators, except for those creators."
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's always a caveat. There's
Yeah.
always that one guy. Like,
Mhm.
I want to help everybody except for that guy. Why?
Yeah.
Donald Trump or something along those lines.
Something ridiculous.
Chris Orway says, Cook blocked me because I told her to calm her tits.
Harassment.
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 Let's see. Does she continue on in this? Oh yeah, she keeps going. Oh yeah, and she shows like, "Hey, look how I blocked this dude." LOL.
So stunning, so brave. Oh my god.
Such a stunning woman. I mean, just take a look at that. That's just. I'm,
Ugh.
Mm.
I forgot
It's
to
one
have my
thing
sound effects out, man.
I was about to say, it's one thing to have problem glasses. That is a problem shirt.
That's a problem. Everything, to be honest. Like, she looks less cute than Yennefer before Yennefer got her makeover.
Oh, I don't know if I'd go that far.
It's the eyes, man,
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah.
and the shirt.
Mhm. But here's the funny thing. Like I said, I sussed out motivation pretty quickly on this. The biggest thing I found was because she kept linking to share. She kept linking to this Twitter. Creator Resources. A website dedicated to providing tools and resources for comic book freelancers at any level. Patreon.
Dun, 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 dun.
Huh.
Yeah, she links to that a lot.
Why would somebody want to link their Patreon? Just because you find out why. Because I mean, it's one thing I don't like about you. I can't just shift screens. I got to go like drop it out and then put it back. Where is it at? There it is.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Wayne kicked himself.
Uh-oh.
Myself out
Whoops.
of my own stream.
Womp womp.
Whoops. I didn't have the sound up.
All right, here we go. So yeah, here we go. Let's see. Why would they want to be? Oh, that's why.
Ha I make more money than they do.
I make more money than she does doing nothing.
I think we made more money in super chats, and that's with Google taking their cut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, there's that. So there's one motivation. So of course we got to look at the website, right? You want to see this professional looking website?
Oh, this should be interesting.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's great.
oh my goodness.
So good. Let's see.
Now I haven't gotten to see this yet, so this will be fun.
This will be first time for you, right? Yeah, here we go. Yeah, look at that. That's
well, if nothing else, it's better than GeoCities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this honestly looks like a template
Mhm.
Yeah,
that they
this
did.
is a WordPress template.
Yeah, that they did absolutely nothing to customize in the slightest.
Hey, Micah,
Which
do you need help?
definitely screams creativity, right?
Hey, Micah,
Oh,
do
yes.
you need help with comic book editing?
No, I've got Hat Man.
I got to see this. Oh, it's by Stephanie Cook on January 9th. Okay, let's see. Whether you're here because you want to be a comic book editor, or whether you're just curious about what exactly it can entail, welcome. For this piece, I'm going to speak about my personal experience as a freelance editor, which can differ from what is expected of an editor at a comic book publisher.
Oh boy. You sure you don't want me to read it?
I think I want you to read that. Go ahead.
You sure?
I'm positive. Go for it.
We're on the second paragraph, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even more so than writing questions. I get asked about being a comic book editor. Who asks you?
Wait, pause.
Really?
Nobody asks her that.
Nobody asks her.
Nobody has ever asked her that question, but go ahead.
When you think of what editing typically entails, you probably think about copy edits, someone to help check through your spelling and grammar, and someone who will help you work out any issues with your story.
So I know she's telling bullshit because nobody checks that shit at Marvel and DC.
Right?
I was about to say, like, look at just about anything that Kwanzer's ever written. Like that is not edited.
No, I've seen a lot of horror stories in for what I would call from an editing perspective. I'm like, how did that make it through editing? And then you realize, oh, there was no editing. Okay, that makes sense then.
Well, yeah, part of the reason that it took forever for Hat Man to edit my next book is because he got handed a script but for a novel by somebody who said that they've had this idea since they were like 12 years old, right? Mm-hmm. And it apparently, basically, it didn't need an editor. It needed rewriting.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
But sometimes it takes editors to, put it in their ear like, you should probably do this with this.
Yeah. Yeah, Roxham says in the chat, he said that they edit comic books, not websites. All right, Smarty Pants. I mean, okay. Good point. Fair point. I mean, Okay, where were we? This one? Right here?
No, we were.
Or were we
wait, yeah. We were.
Okay, go ahead.
Comics editing does involve those things and can't just be those things, but it's often a lot more comprehensive than you might imagine. Depending on what you're being hired for and what you feel comfortable doing, freelance editing also means that you're essentially a project manager for the book that you're on. You are responsible for working with the team from start to finish and keeping everyone on track.
So did they give themselves a promotion?
Yeah. It was essentially, by the way, if anybody needs an editor, I am one. And I do a lot better editing freaking creative writing than I do freaking editing research papers and shit. That's boring.
And did they bring us up a good point, editor? What's that?
Well, for most writing jobs, it's somebody who corrects you on whenever you make a mistake. If you work for Marvel, you're looking for the next young woman to work for them and get a free blowjob from.
Oh.
Well, unfortunately, Marvel and DC, and especially Marvel, it seems to me that the editors think their job is to make sure that freaking all of the stories hit certain points.
Diversity quotas.
Right? Like, there's not enough hating on men in this one.
You know, it seems that way, right?
Yeah, and for Jason Aaron, it goes, "Oh, there's not enough women of color here." True, but I took time to take a jab at Eric July again this month. Oh, okay, we'll let it through then.
Right?
Oh Lord. I mean, and then they did. Wasn't there something similar done with a Captain Marvel dialogue too?
No, that's what he just did.
Oh yeah, if
Yeah.
you tell me
That's
to
the
smile.
second time.
If you tell me to smile.
Again, and I've said this before, and some people are upset with me for saying this. I don't care. Your heroes are dead.
You're not going to get any backlash from me because I've been saying that about as long as you have, because it's true.
Yeah, I gave up on mine forever ago. They're no longer the slightest bit interesting.
No. Yeah, I don't want to hear about. We'll get into that in a minute. Piper,
Yeah.
Can you read it?
Whew.
Where are we now?
Oh shit! Edit scripting. We're up here.
I like how you went in mid. It's like where are we now?
Yeah, sorry.
759er, 759er.
Start auctioning in a minute. Go ahead.
As mentioned, you are responsible for things like spelling and grammar. But it's a matter of focusing on important parts and knowing what matters, like diversity. For instance, you don't need to be pedantic and copy edit the panel descriptions. The descriptions are ultimately not going to make it into the story, so you don't have to spend a ton of time trying to tidy that all up. No shit. You only need to fix descriptions if they don't make sense for the artist, who will have to interpret them. No, the captions and dialogue are what's important there, and ensuring that it flows well, serves the overall story, and doesn't explain what the art will show.
That seems like the bare minimum, honestly, for editor jobs, though.
I mean, I don't even know if we need to read it. Oh God, edits
Oh,
art.
Jesus.
Oh God, skip all that. Here, yeah, go to here. I got to know. To know.
Once you have a complete script done, and supposing you're on board to edit the entire project, the next step is working with the rest of the creator team to bring the script to life. An editor should strive to have the art process broken up into various stages, even if the artist you're working with is doing it all: the line art, inks, colors, and letters. Typically, I would break the process down into thumbnails, pencils, inks, colors, letters.
Oh, you mean like every other comic project in existence?
Yeah, like this is some
This is
you have
some
to do it in that
stage
fucking
fright.
order. Like there's no it doesn't make sense to not do it in that order. This isn't some big comic secret or something. What the fuck?
God damn it. Let's see. I'm gonna see if there's anything any interesting. Oh God, project management. I would
This is
love.
fucking walls of text.
You mind if I?
You can, yeah.
Okay.
Getting tired of reading her shit.
This is pretty much straightforward now, and each of the steps that have been outlined. Whether you are working with one creator or doing everything, I like how they keep emphasizing certain words.
Right?
Or you're working with several creators who are handling individual parts. You need to have a conversation with every person on your team. Okay.
Jesus.
You need to be someone that each creator can come to with any issues, questions, concerns, etc. And the more than that, you as an editor need to be familiar with them, how they work, concerns they have, the best ways to help them bring the story to life. Let's see. I tend to put things in a Google Doc, calendar, and spreadsheet for my creators. Oh, you mean like a normal person?
I don't want to fuck goddamn person.
They want you to pay for this information.
Yeah, like a lot of this is like common sense management.
Yeah,
You remember?
you to pay for oh my god.
You remember when Heather Antos was doing that whole I'll teach you how to crowdfund. It only costs you $500.
Right?
This is pretty much the same shit. Indie Dave. I find lettering the comic first saves a lot of time. See, Mikey, you got to remember that for your next project. Just letter it first, and then do the art around it.
I'll have to. I don't know if Eric Weathers would go for that, honestly.
Like, no, Eric, it's fine. This is where it's going to go. Don't worry about it.
What the hell is this bullshit?
Yeah, Roxon makes a good point. EVS would be given this editor fits. He practically goes right to inking. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That's always the way he's done it. Is blue pen? I've always found it so weird. He blue pencil, then just inks it.
Yep.
Yep.
No regular pencil or nothing. It goes straight to ink. I'm like, well, that's somebody confident in their skill set.
I was gonna
Oh, yeah.
say somebody is really, really confident in their inking often will.
Yep. Ryan Millard says, "Hey y'alls, hey Ryan Millard, hey,
Hey, Ryan.
Hello.
got Mech Studios. What's good, people? Hello, good to see you. Well, something. Where was it at? Oh yeah, here you go. And I hadn't thought about this until then, but yeah." Bo Big says, I just realized that the mustard and bigotry line in X-Men was probably a shot at your boy selling hot dogs.
Probably.
Oh, wow.
But that was always the terminology he used, the hot dog stand idea,
Yeah.
Let's see what else. See if I can find something else funny. Comics are for everybody except those Comicsgaters.
Comics are for everybody that I deem worthy of
Yeah.
comics being for.
Yeah, that is one of the silliest things. No, they're not for everybody. They're for comic book fans.
Mm-hmm.
If you like comic books, you will want comic books. If you are not a comic book fan, trying to get somebody to read a comic book is like trying to get a horse to water, and they will not drink.
Mm-hmm. That's
I'll say I know that my parents have asked me. They said they want a copy of every single comic I ever put out, and I said I will absolutely give it to them. You want to know what they're going to do? They're going to show it to their friends at work. They're going to take it home. It's going to sit on a shelf as a display, and nothing. They will never read it. But and I don't hold it against them because my mom and my dad and my stepmom are not comic book people. You know, they're just not. My nephew, on the other hand, he'll read them, but that's like one family member.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't force people to like something that they don't like, and it really feels like, and this is the weirdest part of the whole social justice mindset, is that they really are trying to fit a square peg in a round hole.
Yep.
A lot of these folks, they read maybe 2 or 3 books, which is basically a Harry Potter book, something else, and then the Communist Manifesto.
Worldview established.
Yeah, and then basically either get on Reddit all the time or something along those, or just watch YouTubers and Netflix. Like it's not. Maybe if you did motion comics,
yeah,
which I've actually considered, so that's something to consider for the future. But it's just that's one of those things. Is like don't ever say something is for everyone, because it's not for the people that don't want it.
Yep. I think a lot of people need to realize, like, comic books, as established as it is, it's still kind of a niche market.
Yeah.
Even when they try, people try to profess the billions of dollars that the comic book industry makes.
I think the other part of it is that they're trying to compensate for the lack that they don't have any marketable skills. Like,
yeah.
So they're trying to oversell what their hobbyist skill set to their friends. Is like, look, this is a highfalutin business. There's billions of dollars in volume. Look at this. And it's just
it goes back, Mike, and I think you agree with this. It goes back to the original, the old, I'm a gamer girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about like people who, girls who actually play video games. I'm talking about like, I'm a gamer girl, tee-hee. Pay attention to me, that kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
They think they're marketing themselves as something that they're probably not. By the way, we have a super chat.
Pip here.
Oh,
What's up, peeps?
Oh Lord. I think he might have just killed Anthony.
Oh, no. This shit wasn't using the donger voice.
Oh, sure.
I was sitting here debating between using that voice or using the first one. that y'all liked.
Whoa, Kimasabi.
Mortal Thinker says, if this woman can make money on this, I can make money on a tutorial on how to wipe your butt. I need to start putting my tutorial together.
All you have to do now is fuck my brain.
This is a good point. Smiling Medito says, I hate how other people in the quote industry have created paywalls for people aspiring to create books.
Yeah. Well, what I think is dumb too is, I mean, it's really easy to just say you're in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
I'd go set up a website right now. Be like, yes, I will teach you what editing is.
Yeah. I want to see what this one is. Collaborator red flags. What to watch out for. This says, do not talk to somebody named Micah Curtis. Oh.
No. Oh, goodness.
That's the biggest red flag out there. No. These are all...
That's not completely true. I mean, I'm not going to actually take your data and dox you with it or threaten to do so.
Oh,
right.
You wouldn't do that? That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
This seems related to something we're about to talk about. Is it related to something we're about to talk about? Because I swear it's about to be related to something we're talking about.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Dark Gift says, WTF happened to my voice. What did I ever do to you? If it's giggity, that's it. No more meme flirting.
Oh, I guess I should have used the boner voice instead.
That's it. He's done with you.
Oh,
it's
no.
over. But I'm noticing that a lot of these were posted this year. I mean, in the last couple weeks. Willing to guarantee I cannot find anything from 2019. Something tells me this is a brand new site.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she only decided to freaking... I mean, I've only just heard of her. And it's because she said what she said to shill her site and then decided that, hey, I like attention.
Like that.
Yeah, what has she successfully crowdfunded?
Yeah. What projects? Because they keep saying it's like I saw somebody say her name is on multiple books. I'm like,
what books? I've never heard of her.
Yeah, are they listed anywhere?
Yeah, I mean,
is she being mistaken for somebody else? We don't know.
Is there somebody else named Stephanie Cook? Let's see. In this list, you will find red flags that our peers have experienced over the years. Our peers. Now, who are your peers? That's the question. The specific focus here is our fellow creators, as opposed to red flags from publishers. I guess you'll get to those another day, right? But many of these apply to the industry at large as well. Initial contact red flags. In this section, we break down some of the red flags that creators have seen when first approached to work on a project. If you're seeing someone break any of these rules, you should be wary of them and whatever project they may have in mind. Introduction. An initial email should be to you directly, not some copy and paste form letter to a number of different creators. If you receive an email without your name or from someone who clearly has no idea what you do, be wary. I mean, that's common sense.
Yeah, that's still common sense.
That's just online etiquette. It don't have anything to do with comics, you know.
Yeah, it feels like a lot of this advice is don't be a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I mean, considering.
Well, remember, this is the common sense advice. This is the free stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the good shit is behind the paywall.
I'll give you the good shit. Never work with anybody who's a diva.
Yeah.
Payment. If an initial email dances around the topic of budget/payment or immediately paints a picture that you can't/won't pay, you're looking at someone who will likely exploit you as a creator, whether they mean to or not. I mean,
again, in short, don't pay till the work's done.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, it goes both ways. Don't pay until the work's done, or don't release your work until you get paid.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's a two-way street, like contracts. Contracts can seem like a needless legality when you're working on indie comics. Well, go over here to drop something for a short story. Now I agree with that. There should be some, contracts, even if it's a quick legal document, something quick, just to lay out the terms, You are contracted to do X for Y, time frame, yada yada. Communication. Nowadays, talking on the phone and or setting up a meeting in person is not necessary to contact with the creator. Furthermore, a lot of folks are strictly opposed to talking on the phone and cause a lot of needless anxiety. But there are also larger legal reasons behind this. Creators want everything discussed in writing. Well,
That works.
yeah. But sometimes talking on, actually talking to somebody instead of via text inflicts tone and things like that. You know what I mean? So
She has edited at least one image book.
oh.
And that apparently makes her an expert on it. This is fucking what?
I need to know what book it was at this point. She has a page on Image website. The page is blank.
Ow.
What? So it really looks like she just popped up out of nowhere.
She's a fucking huckster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's
Popped up out of nowhere, got her name on a image
and now she's an expert. Yeah.
And now she's an expert.
Like I said, this literally reeks of that whole Heather Antos. I'll show you how to crowdfund your book. Pay $500 for my seminar. Or I could, watch some people who actually had successful crowdfunding campaigns and ask them what they did.
Holy crap, this whole lady is a scam. Just
this whole lady.
Just her personality is just scam.
That's that's going to be the quote of the night. This whole lady.
Edwin Boyette, approve of this message.
Images, the page is blank. Yeah, look, she didn't even wait for Image to put anything about her on the. She was just like, "Oh, you're putting my name on that? Fuck yeah, I'm an expert now. I'm gonna bank on this."
Mm-hmm. Now here we go. Project red flags. Now she's going to tell you what to look out in the project. Here we're going to talk about things to look out for, like in the project pitch, script, etc. Sometimes you may really like the idea of a project, but there are definitely a few things you want to watch out for, even in this case, even if this is the case. Paranoia. There is a fear amongst many creators that their project idea will be taken out from under them or stolen or whatever. But realistically, one of the best ways to improve your story and grow as a creator is to talk about your ideas with your trusted peers. With that being said, if you received an email about a story and the creator is unwilling to give you any information about it or show you a script unless you sign up for the project, that's a big old warning sign. No, that's common. Once again, that's common sense. You give, like I said, I have yet to talk, with an artist directly. I talked to some in DMs and, working on one right now. I haven't even got to my thing is like, let's see your art. Oh, that looks good. Let me talk to Xavier and we'll get back with you and then we'll talk some more. Right. And even then I'm like, do I want to release the whole script? I don't want to give them the whole script. I wouldn't think. We haven't decided on anything yet.
You don't need to, but you probably need to give them enough to go on.
I could give them
because I wouldn't sign up if I had no idea what I was signing up for at all.
If I could give, it's like 5 to 10 pages or something like that. By the way, Cider Hype it gave us 2.
Schemes and mams. I really like that.
Schemes and mams. Michael Beacon has a message for Micah. Careful, Micah. You imitated Methwin. You'll upset the cherries.
This wouldn't be the first time.
Well, since we're upsetting the cherries, I might as well fucking play this.
Cocainum.
I like that. She's a scam, like Scooby-Doo episode. Where'd it go? Okay. She's going to pull off her mask and it'll be JDA under it.
It was John De La Rose the whole time.
Give a decent outline. Basically,
first thing you said is, I know your personal information.
Right.
Just that you, cheesy rice man.
Give a decent outline or a pitch. The kind of pitch that you would give to sell the idea to anybody else. You're kind of selling the idea to who you want on it, too.
Yep. The image book is called Tartarus, and she appears to have written something called Oh My Gods. I'll get my research department working on that. Mike.
Super expert.
Okay. Oh my gods.
Oh my gods. Okay, let's read this. Incoherency. On the flip side of paranoia is someone who doesn't really have a solid grasp of the story that they're pitching. if what they're selling is your paragraphs upon paragraphs of ideas, then there really is a big chance they don't have the story well thought out, outlined, and in a good shape to be worked on. A creator should be able to give a concise synopsis of their story and a good elevator pitch to sell their idea. If they can't do that, be wary. This is literally.
Now that's happened. That's happened for me. I've had people pop in my DMs wanting me to do art for their story and possibly also editing and crap on top of it.
Yeah.
But what they tell me is like a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, I can't make sense of it. It's like, there's so many characters. There's this character, and they will describe like 20 different characters. And I'm like, well, that's cool, but what is happening?
Yeah.
My friends, I'm sad to report, but I may Allah forgive me for saying this, but she's a leaf.
Oh no.
Oh.
She's a Canadian. Canadian.
Yeah, she is a Canadian, and she wrote a book called, as someone pointed out, Oh My Gods.
I can see the thumbnail already,
Writer
and it's telling me everything I need to know.
Hold on a second.
Karen, an average girl from New Jersey, moves in with her enigmatic father to start school at Mount Olympus Junior High.
Wait. I just need to... It says fall 2020. Does that mean that she hasn't even been published?
That's what it means.
I can't even find it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Stop everything. Stop everything. Stop everything. Creator background check, red flags.
Comicsgate.
Oh my God.
I want to point out, she wrote this on the 7th.
Oh my word.
This was all a plan. This was all, guys, I'm telling you, the motivation here is money. She is trying to make herself a victim of Comicsgate, quote unquote. And so she can try to parlay that into money because it worked for Anita. It worked for Zoe Quinn. Why can't it work for me?
Right. I was going to say, because she purposely this whole Comicsgate is coming after me. If you look, the replies are mostly polite. And like the rudest is like, wow, you're a hypocrite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She has posted so much stuff to purposely try to egg them on, and then did the whole, EVS sent them to attack me.
Always 5 salty tweets as well.
That was, you know, so I always love that, you know, EVS sent his brigade after me.
Like, she only just set up this, started shilling it, immediately decided to, go no Comicsgate. And she's not even freaking published.
Nope.
So she's writing on the fact that, like, on her own website, she said that she did a book that hasn't been published.
Mecha Studio says thoughterly in progress.
Right?
Yeah, like she's already trying to basically monetize victimhood before she's even done anything.
I got to read this. Okay. There's areas focus on do a background check. You don't have to hire a PI and do a deep dive, but checking out their website and their social media will serve you well. Who you work with and choose to associate with is, whether you like it or not, a reflection of you as a creator. See, now we got some shaming going on. That right there. It's a reflection of you as a creator.
Oh my God.
It should be just a reflection of that person's behavior. Should be a reflection of them, not other people. Other people aren't responsible for what people do.
Even if they're the picture of professionalism to you as a creator, a bad reputation for harassment or other such things can bring you down. Comicsgate. Yeah.
I have a funny story with this. Is one of the artists that I'm working with was DM'd by somebody who's anti-CG. And it might have been John, now that I think about it. And tried to get tell him not to work with me. And the instant reaction was, go fuck yourself.
Oh, good. Like, hey, who am I going to associate with? The guy who hangs out with white nationalists, or the guy who just wants to make comic books?
Who, by the way, you can sign up for the Rockabilly Road Trip mailing list right now on Indiegogo from Preston Acevedo, the good Preston.
Nice.
And then we'll be getting the mailing list up for my next book probably at the beginning of next month.
Very nice. Very nice. Can't wait. So many good projects coming up. If this is going to be the $10 million, if this is going to be the $10 million year, then it's off to a good start. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, Vinny's almost at like what 4K without kissing lesbians. Like, what does that tell you?
I mean, just some hot chicks, you know. Well, one hot chick. I picked that up last night. It looks good.
Oh yeah.
Red flag. Avoid people that have websites that give professional advice while attacking a group of people, and also not being able to prove that you are a professional in the slightest.
Yeah. That's a good point. John Penn says the guys pay the guys who pay and CG pays. That's true. And anybody who's like that we found is like a fucking bad apple or a scammer or doesn't do the work, you know, they're quickly found out.
Oh yeah.
Very quickly. Because this community is pretty knit. You know, I'm not saying close knit, but pretty knit. You know, word gets around if somebody's doing bad shit.
Chris asked if she can. Chris the Bliss asked if they can plug their portfolio towards Micah. Which
sure.
Just kind of sounds funny to me.
No, I'm always on the lookout for artists who are looking for a project to work on, because I might have something for you. You never know, or maybe you have something and you need a writer. I'm always open to listen.
So
I mean, it sounds funny just in the way it's worded, because I'm just imagining if I can throw in portfolio in the general direction.
I thought you were about to make like a casting couch illusion or something like that. Like, no, I don't operate that way. I'm not that famous yet, Piper. Stop giving away my future game.
Micah is not Chris Sabat yet.
Nope.
But was it at Mind of Micah C, right? Would be the best way to contact you. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll put it in the chat. Say at Mind of Micah C. Yeah, Chris the Bliss, if you want to check that out, that's his handle on Twitter. You can hit him up there.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll even look at it while we're talking.
Yeah. So we got I'm going to read this Comicsgate. Comicsgate. This was a really common and unsurprisingly answer from creators. This group has made a name for themselves by harassing creators who don't make comics in their exact vision.
What?
I still have yet to find somebody who actually harassed somebody and like even got kicked off Twitter for harassment. I can only think of one person, and he's no longer Comicsgate.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it gets dumber.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What the?
You were expecting an increase in intelligence?
God, dude, like our entire existence proves all of this shit wrong.
These
don't
are
want to work with women.
These are folks who largely don't want to work with women. Piper, get out.
Fuck, god damn it.
I forgot that the mantra that we had to, run all the women out. Creators of color. Mike, you need to leave too.
There goes my entire creative team on both of my books, except for Eric Weathers.
Well, like I said,
I'm not kidding. Everybody I work with is Latino except for Eric and Hatman.
Apparently, we also hate the gays.
Yeah. It's like
I am not Doug TeNapel.
Exactly. I'm like, sorry, that's the OG actually, or whatever.
Now hold on, I take offense to that because I am the OG.
I know, but they're saying they're the OG, so
yeah.
Now we're not allowed to call
it.
They're
not. They're not.
Well, I made the claim the other day, Micah, that since I was complaining about female Thor in 2014, that I am the proto CG. So get on that level.
I was
Yeah,
about to say,
actually, I have video evidence that I was doing the exact same thing.
I was
Also-
pro Comicsgate while I was Gamergate, so
Yeah, we
pretty sure I'm pretty OG.
we just we have just retroactively formed Proto CG. So welcome, Michael.
Okay.
Welcome, Piper. Mike, you can come along too. That's fine.
Oh well, all right.
I am a proto hipster. Awesome.
Yeah, we literally did it before it was cool. Yeah. Yeah. Mike Murphy says no whammon. That means Mike, you got to move out of the house. Selena. You can't have her around. That's just the way it is. Red Gay says, "How dare you?" Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. The difference is that people like Cook tell customers what type of comics they should be reading. CG just makes comics for the customers. Exactly. Now you got to have a premise. You was like, I'm sure Micah, when he was doing Inglewood, he was thinking, will people like this?
Yep.
That's got to be when you're doing a story. It's like, okay, I like it, but will people like it?
Mm-hmm.
And if they do, obviously, what $14,000 proves that people like it.
Pretty
like
well,
the idea of it.
yeah, almost 13K now. So
13. I don't want to say 14,
yep.
but yeah.
I'll get there. But yeah, and you have to be able to take advice. You have to be able to take the idea that your idea is not necessarily genius right out of the gate. The cover to Inglewood reflects what the next 10 years of that book will be.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the crazy shit you see on that cover is what you're getting as long as you read that book. And that's something that's not how that book originally started. It was originally darker, and it was originally closer to, I was chasing more the Dark Knight than anything else. I was, there were going to be nothing exaggerated about it or anything. That was a very, 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 very low sort of thing with like a superhero in what felt like The Departed. And then as time went on, I'm like, this doesn't really work as well for a comic book.
Mm-hmm.
We got to have something that's a little bit extra in there, because even The Dark Knight you got to keep in mind in the movie The Dark Knight, in the previous film, Batman was literally trained by ninjas.
Yep.
So yeah, you got to be open to what the audience is going to be looking for. You got to know what the audience wants. You can still have your vision.
Right.
I still like that it also says we definitely don't want to feature these people in the comics, basically, in any progressive ways. Like, no, sorry,
because I'm sure
we've covered all bases in terms of main characters alone. Like,
Micah is so hating that Elijah is the black guy that he created. Yeah, am I right, Micah? You just can't stand that, right? You're just like,
oh
I
yes,
can't believe I did this.
Terrible.
It's absolutely terrible.
So we don't like queer and LGBTQ plus alpha creators. Definitely don't want to feature those people in progressive ways. There are lists online of prominent people who are at the forefront of these groups, and unless you yourself are a part of them, you do not want to be associated with them as creator. Madam, that list that you just mentioned is called a blacklist.
Mm-hmm.
And that is illegal.
Yeah, it's generally frowned upon in polite society.
So I want to ask. So does that mean that to Miss Stephanie here, does that mean that she would have a problem with Jay Lee for doing a piece for Ethan?
Apparently, not supposed to associate with him.
Yeah, because you know what motivated Jay Lee to do that piece for Ethan? Money. A big surprise. You pay somebody enough money, they're gonna fucking do something for you. I'm just
right.
Yeah. Commerce. Whoever heard of that? Social media. This was kind of covered in the previous point, but social media as a whole is important. Obviously, it's key. It's key to check out what kind of people you potentially collaborator is associating with, but what kind of content they are putting out into the world. Are they trolling people, harassing, fighting a lot, and just filled with negativity? That could be a big red flag. It could depend on what they're fighting about. I will go to bat for all those amazing folks who spent and continue to spend ages combating the mentality of Comicsgate harassers. So there's two
Wow. Yeah.
already.
No, she seriously just made this to go. Let's see how
Mhm.
many times I can, how many chances I can
I
piss
can
off
shit all over
Comicsgate.
Comicsgate.
Yeah.
Mhm. But you can use your discretion to decide what is considered a big yikes. Oh my God, she put that in a fucking paragraph.
Oh.
That is so unprofessional.
She put big yikes in a goddamn.
And I like how the next freaking one is professionalism, and it's like, well, you're not quite
Not
an
quite
expert
there,
on that.
Mm-mm. Obviously, professionalism is a word that can encompass everything here, but I'm going to use it directly in how a creator treats past collaborators. Another common red flag that came up with creators who badmouth folks that were that they worked with previously. It's one thing for a creator to reach out to another creator for reference if there's experience working with someone, but if you're going out of your way to say we were working with so and so, they were blank out of the blue, that's not giving the future much confidence that you won't do the same to them. Oh my God. I'll get to the list in a minute, but I saw this name, and it's ironic. Just the other day, Zach did a video about this particular person.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He said basically, Vita Ayala, who is how do they put it? She is a Latinx, or as you would properly pronounce it in Spanish, Latinx, because they're because all Spanish is Spanish is gendered, so there's no such thing as Latinx. That is not a word that exists in Spanish. It would be Latino or Latina.
Yep.
But they're non-binary, Black, Hispanic, something. It just kept dragging on.
Yeah, just checking off all the boxes.
Yeah. And so basically, Zach was saying that Vita will be the next. They will be the next Mags, but they will be bigger than Mags because Mags doesn't check off all the check boxes. Mags is too white.
Yeah.
So they're the next Mags, is what he's saying, and it shows because when they relaunched the X-Men line, right, the new X-Men line, one of the let me show the whole thing in sequence. Caleb, come back from the kitchen. Okay, Optimus says Latinx. For fuck's sake. I just pronounced it Latinx. Yeah, that's true. But as Caleb would tell me, it would be, if you were going to try to correctly say it, would be Latinx, because that's how you say X in Spanish. La X, I guess. Okay, we'll see the additional red flags. This will be funny. This
Getting
is
advice on professionalism from someone who's not really a professional is very ill-advised. Some
Yes.
Chinese proverb,
Just
probably.
like your website.
Yeah, I'll put that up on the thing. Some Chinese proverb, probably. Okay, so here we go. This area is general red flags that didn't quite fit into one specific subsection, so they're here. Most of these are worded and formatted slightly by the original creators who suggested them online. Oh God, she gets her shit from.
Oh,
And of course, creator is a loose term too.
Yeah, apparently.
Asking your age and say that that they look into working with industry newbies. They just take advantage of your naivete. This happened to me when I said I had just graduated art school, did a whole book for a creator with 50 plus illustrations, and I've not seen a single dime after almost 3 years.
That's actually because of a lot of common sense shit you didn't do.
Mm-hmm. When the proposal includes, we asked several other artists, Artist X, but they all turned it down. Now, that's not really, I wouldn't call that a red flag, but it could be because they're busy. Other artists can be busy, and then, I would say it's not a good idea to point out the artist that you said turned it down.
I was gonna say it still seems weird to even throw that in, a proposal to somebody else.
It's like Caleb says, this is how you would spell it, Latinx. And this person says, I am Latin Dos Equis.
Delicious.
Let's see, where were we? Oh, yeah. Okay. When royalties and/or Kickstarter are mentioned as an alternative to a page rate.
Who negotiates? Okay, since I'm the one with the experience on that one here. Who the fuck negotiates like that? Who? Like who are these people?
Yeah, exactly.
It's also happened to me.
Like that's ridiculous. It's like
I haven't taken up like anybody I mentioned. I haven't taken them up on the offer, but yeah, that's one of them that they were like, as soon as we get funded, I will pay you this much.
No. How about then you say no? How about this? You pay me for 5 pages or whatever, right? And then once you add the money to pay me for the rest of the book, I will do the work.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's different. I've worked with some guys that don't want to get paid until everything's done. Because they know that they won't do it without it. And I know other guys that'll say, if you would pay me for just pay me for the cover, and then I'll put some stuff for you for the campaign. And then once the campaign's funded, then I'll get started in earnest on everything else. But the thing is, those negotiations always happen behind closed doors. And you always want to negotiate the page rate first, always.
Yeah.
And that's also as a writer. Like if anybody approaches me and says, I want you to write this comic, I'm not that great of a writer. I'll tell you what's going on what page and when. I just need you to hammer out the dialogue. The first thing I'm going to say is, all right, here's my page rate. And there you go. And then you're off to the races. So yeah, like that's like the idea. If you're doing, and this is something I'll just say right out, if somebody that you're doing an independent comic and they're talking royalties and they don't have a deal with a publisher yet, get out of there.
Yeah.
That person's on crack.
Right. Like I said, I would say, what's your page rate? Ask the page rate, okay. So that means if I ask for 5 pages for a campaign, right, so I could get started, this is what it would cost. Exactly. And then you said, okay, and then once I get the campaign, once I get funded, I'm going to pay you to do the rest, And then you could.
The main thing is just make sure that they are, on standby or whatever, or at least planning for doing the rest when you get the rest of the money, and they're not like running off and too busy to do it.
Right, exactly.
It's funded or something.
Now, granted, I want them to go make money. I don't want them to sit and spin their wheels. But I would say, as long as as project wise, we know we block out our time, that this is our time. This is my time for you to work, kind of thing. You know what I mean? You can work all that out. But yeah, Micah, you're exactly right. Asking for royalties off the bat, or you're trying to propose royalties off the bat when you are not selling to a directly that, that's not going to work.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I've also, one thing I will say, I've never had anybody ask for them either. That's one thing that needs saying. Like, for both, but then again, for both of my books, by the time that I came to an artist with it, I already had all the concept stuff done, except it's just not written. It's not actually illustrated. So like, there's not much of it that is like that would be not mine at that point. So yeah, it's an interesting way to do things. It's definitely different than any other business I've ever been involved in.
So Stu says Cash Grab should be renamed Red Flag.
That'll be the sequel.
What's funny is even though obviously Cash Grab is joked as the book that will never be fulfilled and stuff. From everything I've heard and everything this is going to be a pretty big book.
Yeah, this is going to be 6 figures.
Yeah, and Cecil is very much on the level with this stuff. So
yeah, and to be honest, losing Nurkish on it is probably the best thing that could have happened.
Absolutely, him and the Bunny Boy.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah. Oh, apparently Gail Simone has a message for you, Micah.
Oh, good Lord.
Hey, Mike, can you read this?
What?
Read this.
Oh, God. Gail likes that meat of Mikey Crudies. Let me butter that boy up some country crock.
Things that make you go.
Get Gail on the stream, see if she can land Micah.
We wouldn't do that to Micah.
Oh shit,
No.
Raptro's in the chat. Hey Raptro. We missed you, buddy.
Retro, you supreme Mexican.
Hey, give him credit. He successfully crossed back over the border.
You
know.
What is it? You
Texican.
Yeah, you Texican.
Yeah.
You cheesy gordito.
I was like, cheesy gordito. God damn it. Okay, where were we? Oh, that's like
That'll make me hungry.
when you're given feedback regarding an aspect of a collaborator's work that is not working, but they keep doing it over and over, disregarding your notes. I mean, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough
real
Yeah.
quick, to the gentleman who sent me his portfolio. I've already looked through it, and I do have a question. So just hit me back up on Twitter. We'll do the back and forth.
Yeah. And it said if you can, you can DM him too. So
Yep.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and just send him a DM real quick.
Yeah. Blah 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 blah. So Retro said, "Yeah, fuck you guys and your horrible border security."
For legal reasons, that's a joke. Legal reasons, that's a joke.
Yeah. NSA. Legal reasons, that's a joke. Yeah, Mike Murphy says, "Damn, that woman's hungry." Talking about Gail.
I am a lot of meal. I won't lie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about as. I really need to. Oh, good lord!
I don't know if I want to get Mike to say this.
Oh, do it.
I'll look at it.
Oh, good lord!
Right a country crock on that meaty cock.
Today is roast Micah day, apparently.
Oh shit!
But no, I actually found a human being that like I am the same height and weight as, though with me it's not all muscle, just to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie Hall.
Oh yeah, Eddie. I love Eddie Hall. He's
I'm
great.
as big as he is.
Mm-hmm.
Tall and width, like
Mm-hmm.
waist and everything. It's just I've got a gut on me that I got to shed.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Eddie Hall. He's if anybody knows Eddie Hall, if you want to take a look at the video, he holds the world record in deadlift.
Oh yeah, and it's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. The preparation and shit that he had to go through to get that is insane. Red Gaze is going to bed. Good night, Red Gaze. It's good having you, buddy.
Good night.
Yeah, so this
by
is
the
a
way-
person who I think what was it that he pressed over his shoulder one-handed on Strongest Man in History? Was it 450 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, 450 pounds. Like that's inhuman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good lord.
Again.
Yeah.
Oh, I would rip off the last of Micah's shirt and rub his face in my rolls and my holes.
Did you really have to
Oh.
emphasize that?
Oh,
Oh man.
ugh.
Eric Huftel says, I was feeling sorry for Micah and Ethan's chat earlier today. Apparently you were getting roasted. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I got roasted quite a bit, but then again, I didn't really. I was kind of playing. I don't think some people don't realize like Ethan's show literally is a show in the same way that Micah and the Hat Man is a show.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I tend to play straight man whenever I'm on Ethan's show.
Yeah. All like that. Black Daddy says, we got guts, Micah. It's called a daddy belly.
Yeah, well, I'm not a dad, so I really don't have at least not that I know of.
Mm-hmm. But one of the things that impresses, what I like about Eddie Hall is just all the shit that he gives Brian Shaw.
Oh yeah.
That is such a good. Like one time I was watching, he was Brian, was doing a video where he's talking about shedding some weight so he could be fat because the World's Strongest Man last year they went more with speed than they did strength, right?
Yeah.
So he said, obviously I got to shed some weight and get some wind in me and be able to do that. And even though he didn't do well at the Arnold qualifier, I mean, we came in second, so well is relative, but
And he was sick while he did it too.
yeah. You could tell he was a lot faster than he's been in past years, Brian. But one of the funny things was when he made the video, when Brian Shaw made the video, said he was going to lose some weight. Eddie Hall was the first to comment, and he says, "About time you lost some weight, you fat fuck."
Yeah, he's hilarious. But no, to see a man that size, because for those who don't know, Brian Shaw is about 6'7", 6'8", and weighs 400 pounds. So for him to move as fast as he can while carrying 400 pounds in his arms, he's kind of scary, and it's kind of surprising he's as nice as he is.
I always like what he said about, like, somebody asked him, do you get a lot of requests for people to help you move furniture? He said, yeah, I get those requests, and I just pay for movers.
There you go.
Because he said, like, he, and obviously, I mean, the man, these strong men guys, they're basically machines, right? They have it perfectly balanced to how they're going to work, And he said, I can't risk getting injured by lifting somebody's couch.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, and it's so easy to do because, and the whole thing about strongman is that you're lifting such awkward weights. Because I did powerlifting, which is way different. It's a lot more stable. You're not lifting anything fucking weird.
Yeah.
You're not lifting an Atlas stone, which is so awkward, or an anvil. And I've lifted anvils before.
Yeah.
They're weird. They're hard to lift because they're not balanced.
Exactly.
I would hate to do the what was it? What were the stones that Shaw did in Scotland?
The Guinea stone.
Yeah, those. Like, I couldn't. I don't know. Well, I maybe if I trained for a few years, I might be able to lift them. Yeah. I don't know if I could take them that far, just because it's so weird to have 400 pounds in one arm, 300 in another.
Yeah. So you're unbalanced already.
Yeah.
And then you got to walk it. That's, Yeah.
The fact he took it 10 feet in a straight farmer's carry is crazy.
Yeah. So, and welcome, Xavier. Glad to have you.
Welcome, family.
Let's see. Where were we talking about? Where was it? Just want to get this.
Talking about Gale making people heave.
Oh. Okay. Hydrate. Let's say. Give feedback. If a creator makes no attempt to establish a personal rapport, it can be a red flag. I get the sense that they just see me as a tool or a necessary evil rather than a true creative partner.
Well, that really depends on what your role is, because you're getting paid to do a job. You don't necessarily have to. It doesn't necessarily have to go beyond that.
Yeah. We have the concepts already. We have the script ready. We just need somebody to draw it. At that point, it's not nice to say to someone's face, but you're kind of just an arm with a pencil that I'd like to give money to get pictures for.
But I mean,
at the basis of it, I just don't think it's a red flag. I don't think it should be listed as a red flag.
No, at some point, business has to be business, right?
Yeah.
So
we're not friends.
Some people just aren't as social.
I'll put it this way: if you ever worked on a construction site, right, there can be a lot of horsing around because there's a lot of like hurry up, do nothing.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when it's time to get to work, it's time to get to work. There's no more playing around.
We can be friends, or I could just give you money and you could give me stuff for that money. Yeah. Because I've worked with friends where I've promised them large chunks of money for work, and then they don't do it. And I have to sit there and go, why won't you let me give you my money?
Yeah. It's better to get into business with somebody first and then become friends later than to start out as friends and then try to work together. Yeah. Because sometimes the stresses can cause strain on the friendship. Like, I'm at this weird point, just me personally, and people are probably going to think I'm fucking insane for saying this. I don't know if I could do a book with Ethan if he asked me to write for him. I don't think he ever will, but this is just hypothetically speaking. If he asked me to write for him and he was the artist, I don't know if I could do it because he's my friend. It's like we've been buddies for a couple of years now, and I don't know if I could really, work with him and then we'd still be friends afterwards because I'm very, very schedule oriented, and Ethan kind of goes with the flow of where his creative juices are flowing. Right. And that it just doesn't work that way with me. Like I always tell people right out of the gate, it's like, this is my timetable. Can you do this? I would have to be like super professional. I'd just be like, dude, Just send me the layouts. I'll just script the dialogue, and we'll just call it a day.
Yeah. It's kind of like hey Simon, what's going on, buddy? The one thing that I noticed, like when he was doing Blood Honey, and we saw pretty much the entire process,
Oh yeah.
And the one thing I noticed is he kept saying, "Well, this is going to be this part," and of course, writing it himself, right?
Yeah.
And you could tell he was writing himself because he was doing the scene with no script. He was like, basically, this is going to be a cool scene,
Yeah.
And that's no problem, when you're doing it all, it works like that, right? But apparently, Gail wants to fight Piper in a pool of gravy. Piper's like, I feel this is only going to be good for one of us.
I gotta stop eating before I come on the show.
I'm used to it.
This is the one that got me in this list. Look at this. If their influences are a long list of white men.
Oh my God, she doesn't want to make money.
Definitely doesn't.
Hi,
Why do you fucking care?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I want to make this book. Are you interested? Who are your inspirations? Huh?
Who do you find in the comic industry that you found is your inspiration? We'll see. Chris Claremont, Dave Gibbons,
Stanley, Jack Kirby.
Yeah, like
my thought is,
unfortunately, back in the day, it was kind of there was a lot of white dudes in comics.
Like, you're not gonna find a lot of people that say Christopher Priest, not named Micah Curtis. It's what really gets me. It's like.
And the beauty of Christopher Priest is he doesn't want to be known as the Black Writer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He hates it.
Mm-hmm.
So who are these mystical people who, like who else would you take inspiration from? Like from the old days? Priest is one of the few I can think of that were prominent. That's a black man.
Yep.
Like, well, there's plenty of Jewish people.
Yeah.
Stanley, Jack Kirby.
But a lot of them just write them off as white dudes.
Yeah, exactly. So, oh God, like Kwanzaa, Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Yeah. I really want to get these Guardian writers. Like, no, fuck off. How about that? This is big. Mo Big says in the comic, Comicsgate are a hate movement. Also, I won't work with you if your influence are people who have a certain color.
One other thing funny, I guarantee if you check this chick's timeline on Twitter, she loves Into the Spider-Verse. Who created Miles Morales? White dude.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was told if you look at her Twitter timeline, it's her intentionally going, "Oh no, Comicsgate," and crap like that. Lines up with this site or some shit.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
It's like a lack of consideration for what is in my wheelhouse and what isn't. Example, writing sci-fi mechs from someone who draws cute anthropomorphized animals, or cute slice of life from someone who draws high-octane action, etc.
Well, theoretically, if everything has gone correctly as far as finding a profile or seeing sketches from this person, that should never happen.
Yeah. If you see a certain leaning in their art style and what they do and what they what comes about it, they're probably not lined up for your thing. I mean, it's like
you should be able to tell if it's the style you're looking for,
or if it's something they can do.
Hey, Simon, I'm going to commission you to do the Powerpuff Girls. I'm just telling him.
Honestly, that'd be cool as shit.
I can hear him now. He's like, well, if you want me to do it, I'll do it. Fuck. I'll fucking do it right now. How much money are we talking here? Come on. But anyway, that's the end of that. So when they already have a full idea and it's clear you're only being asked because they need someone to represent the marginalization they want to write about, it's hard to explain how this is different from someone genuinely wanting to make the book representative, but it's obvious in the moment.
What?
You need to check those boxes, but don't you dare check those boxes.
Wow.
Do people go around seriously looking for a minority to speak for them? That's awesome.
Good grief, she contradicted herself everywhere.
Yeah.
No wonder she ain't got nothing to her name.
Oh shit!
That might have hurt a little bit.
You may need to get that new chair.
Yeah.
Excuse me, good sir, but will you be my personal black man? Wait, that doesn't sound right.
Excuse me, sir. I'd like to rent your services as a black person.
See, what you understand? No, let me explain. Okay, so what I want you to do is, in this situation, I want you to be subservient to me. Oh wait, shit.
Granted, it's more like, hey, can I put your name on this book?
Guys, we only got one more minute. We only got one more minute in Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So.
There, Negro. I need you to craft this handcrafted comic book for me.
Dark Gift says she blocked me for simply saying in response to her post about EVS complained she blocked him, quote, playing devil's advocate. You go on about creators helping raise each other, yet you have a bunch of ...
Creators and fans blocked.
Creators and fans blocked. Kind of goes against your whole point. Yeah.
Yep. Well, that's when she super flipped out and started blocking all sorts of people. And like I said, I was blocked when it was going down. I'm not blocked now though. So
So let's see. Blah blah blah. So yeah, this from Vita Ayala. Not caring for what the rest of the team will be. It doesn't matter, whatever, etc. Not the same as not knowing. That is fine. This is a huge one for me because it indicates they will not be properly taken care of the rest of the team, no matter how well they treat you. Now, and the thing is, Vita only got her job on X-Men because she is what she listed.
Yeah, she checks off a crap ton of boxes.
Yeah. Have you seen the Children of the Atom thing?
Oh god, that thing was real?
That was real.
It is real, yeah.
I was listening. I swear I dreamt that. I was in bed and did I dream a fucking Zach video?
No, that actually happened. Zach put that video out.
Lady Cyclops and Lady Gambit?
Yeah. And like I said, the thing is, in the interview, she kept talking about like it was so cool coming up with some original characters, and then Zach like, no.
Original the character, please don't steal.
Said you literally made all you did was take Gambit and race swap her and make her and make him a woman. That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sonic OCs have gone mainstream. They've entered official publication. Children of the OC, please don't steal.
Yep. I mean, yeah, this is all. Okay, she did have some stuff from November, but then again, this is more than one person on the site, but I think she runs it. But still,
from the sounds of the writing, she does.
Yeah. Everything about this is what the hell? Everything about this is what did you do? Oh no.
Oh no.
Well,
oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, I never thought that they would grace themselves on my stream, but I would like to present Gail Simone.
Oh no.
Well. Look who's on the show.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I speak for this woman.
Do you have something to say to Micah, Gail?
Well, I'll tell you what, Micah. Your skin might be the wrong color, but you still get me going, Mr. Man.
Oh boy.
Flex your arms for me. Let me see them big old muscles. Oh, Mike, I'm getting all wet just thinking about it. Okay, I'll see you guys later.
That's the person is. Oh, and Micah's like, okay. I think Micah just put himself out of his misery. Oh, that's good.
I have just been violated.
Shh, just let it happen.
Oh no, I came in too late for Gail. Yeah, you were literally a few minutes.
Yeah.
Bring her back.
I
didn't kick her out. I'm just, FYI, I didn't kick her out.
Gail left. She's intimidated by my girly avatar, maybe.
And a busy woman.
Yeah, she says I got to be faster than the fat chick, Mike.
I know fast.
What does Gail think of Vestige? Oh, I mean, she probably,
Her computer killed itself. Micah owns a shirtless sleeves.
I think that was a coat.
Yeah, it's a jacket.
Yeah, that's funny. Mike owns the shirt sleeves. So that's my thing. That was my feeling on all that. It was all it's all a scheme. He's trying to get Comicsgate riled up against her so she can try to make money off of this. Yeah,
she's trying to Zoe Quinn it.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. What was I going to say?
I gotta make sure I didn't put a dent in my Black Panther book. No, okay.
Gail
Actually, I straightened out a slight bend by hitting it with my face. That's hilarious. That's a thick omnibus, though. It actually kind of hurt.
Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
That's dedication to the bit.
Mm-hmm. So let's talk about speaking of creators.
This was the Gail visit was everything I could dream of and more.
Somebody's got to clip that and send it to Ethan.
I'll clip it out later.
He'll love it. He'll love it.
This Gale stuff is going to be weighing heavy on Micah's.
Actually, clip it and send it to me too, because I want to put that on my channel.
Okay, I got you. But yeah. Speaking of professionals, over the weekend, and since Micah mentioned it earlier, there was a certain.
I was foreshadowing.
There was a certain cheesy rice man who decided he couldn't hide his power level.
No.
And exposed himself in front of everybody. And I don't mean like he showed anybody his peenie. Nobody wants to see that. Trust me.
No, I mean he would have to be able to find it first.
Oh.
Oof. God damn.
Just got to point out that Eskimo Photo says Michael will get panic attacks when he's near the butter section.
I'm getting panic attacks.
Yeah, so much for using Land of Lakes.
Between Gail and Ethan, you just don't keep butter around.
No.
You're about to convert wholesale to margarine.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Time for Bluebonnet.
Yeah.
Glad JDA didn't pull a Hikaru.
Oh yes. Well, yeah.
Well, like I
Silver
said,
lining, I guess.
He would have to be able to find it. I mean, Hikaru barely found it. So
now let's talk about this. So there was this there's this Twitter user named Just a Girl, or Mrs. Biggins, as she's also known. She was instrumental, I think, did a very good job in one of Ethan's live streams to pressure JDA to give up the diversity in comics term. Right?
Yes.
Gail's back. So hi, Gail.
Oh no.
Hey, Micah.
Oh dear God.
So I heard you got a comic book called Danglewood, and I'm kind of interested because it makes me think it might be about, your big old meaty ding ding.
Not really, no.
Oh no.
But I already backed Danglewood. I have expectations.
Well, if you need a refund, just ask my editor Hatman and for anything else on top of it.
Well, is there at least somebody's ding dong in it?
Oddly enough, yes.
Well, no refund isn't needed then.
Oh yeah!
Danglewood.
Dingle. Well, Micah, congratulations. You already got the porn parody for your.
Danglewood's gonna catch on. Oh no!
Hey, man.
I heard Micah base Danglewood off that Elvis song about the ghetto kids in Chicago.
Oh.
In the ghetto.
Engelwang.
Engelwang.
Micah, you know this is inevitable. It was going to happen eventually. Yep.
Yeah. Just, hear me out. You make your own porn parody, put it on the Pornhub, and link it to your campaign.
Yeah.
You could always pull a gearbox and go post porn parody on Reddit and then link to it in Twitter and be like, look, somebody made porn of it. Don't know who.
Hey, Micah. Micah, I've got some bubonic chronic, some Hennessy, and a carton of Newports. You want to come over to my studio apartment later?
No. No.
Fucked.
That involuntary twitch.
The eyebrow immediately like,
He must be a coke guy. I'll give some blow, but that's on you to pay for. I can't afford that stuff.
Wait. Somebody said Coke?
Oh no.
Cocainum.
Angel of Death.
What is my Monday even?
Well, it's officially Tuesday now, so you can.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's not Tuesday for you, probably.
No.
So you
It's
got nothing.
Martin Luther's King's Day, you guys. I heard he's a deal.
we tried to have him on the show tonight, but he didn't show up.
Yeah.
Well, what a snoot.
Yeah, right. I don't know what's up with that. And we had him scheduled and everything. I think we had a scheduling convo. I think he thought 10 a.m. and I said 10 p.m. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was about to make an always late joke, but I won't. For your channel's sake.
how much more of this before Michael starts announcing his departure from?
I think we'll all be disavowing by the end of the night.
Yeah.
The only thing I disavow is Lee's chicken because it tastes like trash.
Actually, I probably agree.
Oh,
okay.
no.
There you go. Raptro has a question for Mike. Hey, Mike, on a scale of 1 to 10, if Real Gail could get you published with a proper publishing house, but you had to sleep with her, why are you sitting on at least a 6 out of 10 for this?
This is Real Gail. I'll answer that. And he already has a deal because we've already gotten, nasty under the blankets on the waterbed.
What?
That's good, buddy.
Mike Murphy has a message for you, Mike.
So that's why I have that itch.
Well, I am the leading cause of hepatitis A through Z. And cauliflower cock.
He's blushing, according to the director. Oh, God.
He likes to blush. He says it makes his cheeks match my hair. It's so cute, you guys.
Oh, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
There you go, Rock. Mike is thinking right now, isn't there a nice clean war campaign stream I could go on right now?
Ro doesn't even hit on me this much.
Yeah, Rose usually
Gino, wherever you are, I miss you.
Eric Huffles, disavow your family, disavow you, disavow your cow.
I used to have a dog named Gina. Used to.
Did you eat Gina?
Let's just say I've passed a dog skull before.
My goodness.
Son of a bitch!
At least war campaign streams don't give me nightmares.
I've rubbed Ro down in curry too. He knows what's up.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Gail, do you have anything you want to talk about? Any shilling you need to do, or
I hate Comicsgate. What would I be shilling for you guys?
I'm talking about anything you're doing. I mean,
Oh, what? Well, no one knows what I'm doing because nobody buys my books.
Oh, okay.
Are you just trying to irritate me now, Optimus?
Well, no, I was just, saying if anybody had picked up your copies of Dominoes out of a grab bag at Walmart lately,
I was bashing some old Dominoes earlier. I found some pizza in the fridge. It was like 6 days old. It was pretty dry, but I bashed it anyway.
Oh my goodness.
You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
You rub a little not chicken grease, a little bacon grease on it. I save it in a coffee can.
My grandma used to do that.
But did your grandma drink it?
No, well, she didn't do that. Do you drink it?
Yeah, I'm not a pussy.
Right? I was about to say that was a dumb question.
Hey, I'm just asking here. I am a true journalist, and I need to find out the true questions.
I just fill it. I get wasted on it, and I even freebase it from time to time.
Oh, freebasing! I didn't know you could freebase bacon grease.
Well, when you package it around with like the hydrogen peroxide and whatnot,
yeah,
you gotta.
Yeah.
We got a bacon grease pro in here.
We have an official ship name here.
Makes sense.
Comics, Mike Hale.
How did I go from Piper and a Virgin Killer to this?
All right, you guys. Well, buy Super Harem. It's a lot of fun, and you'll maybe see more comics from that bottom feeder Joe Ball in the near future. I hate that guy.
Yeah, I hate Joe Ball too, but he's a good artist though. I hate him.
Oh, he's gross. Don't go near him.
Yeah, you're right. It's a good point.
Little kids run from him because he's so gross.
Yeah.
But you guys have a good night, and take it easy, Nazis.
Goodbye.
Standing on the edge.
You can always find that picture again as a palate cleanser.
I wasn't the one who found it originally.
This has been Micah for the last 10 minutes.
I can just walk away anytime. I can just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
I meant Optimus, so that everybody.
Just walk away. The last thing anyone wants is a fight.
She wrote it. Yeah.
Gail has a new book coming out. It's a coffee table book with nothing but pictures of country crock. She wrote it.
I wrote it.
That was not Gat. That was not Gat Hans. In all seriousness, that's I'm gonna dox him now. That's Joe Ball. He's
You are a doxer.
Hey, I'm joining JDA on his next project.
Right?
Son of a bitch!
Yeah, back to that story.
Yeah. There you go. It's okay, Micah. It's finally over. Good sport. But no, yeah. So this genius, after Miss Biggins got him to basically, through peer pressure, essentially give up the Diversity in Comics name because he was wearing it like a skin suit.
It was pretty creepy. Yeah.
I think now he's changed his channel name to Comic Writer Pro Secrets.
Oh, so he went back to that because once again, JDA proves he has no original ideas.
Right?
No.
You can't freaking.
But he's the third bestseller out of 3 with 5 comic book sales.
Mm-hmm. Because Micah, when you list your books on Amazon, all you gotta do is list them as sci-fi Christian,
sci-fi Christian hospitality gardening.
Yes.
Wow.
And you're guaranteed to be the number 1 selling book in that.
Yeah.
It won't be long until Cheesy Rice changes his channel name to Graded 9.6.
Oh, I hope he does. That'd be great. I'll still have more subs than he does. CG doesn't dox people, Optimus. I know. That's just but anyway. So after all that, and she made the statement of, on Twitter, yeah, maybe it's time we can give him another chance. And I already know there's at least, I can guarantee 2 people in here would say no. I'm raising my hand, and Micah, I know, absolutely.
Oh,
well, not to mention when it happened. Mm-hmm. I was talking to a few guys. It was like me and just about everybody in War Campaign immediately were like, no.
Yeah, no.
Fuck that.
Mm-hmm. No, not James Dean Anderson. He's not the...
No, James is a good dude.
Yeah. Yeah, he's fine. But no...
John Del Dipshit.
Yeah. Yeah, Cheesy Rice Man, as we call him.
And he knows we call him that.
Yes.
Yeah.
He knows he calls it because he fucking name searched it.
Yeah.
That's where the original when he
I was gonna say that freaking cracked me up was you said Cheesy Rice Man and he knew you were talking about it.
I said Cheesy Rice Man threatened to dox ASMR comic reviewer. Anybody don't know, that's Sweetcast. That's what I jokingly call him. But no, so there was that, and Pan immediately comes out guns blazing, saying, "No, absolutely not. This is what he does." So showed Miss Biggins all the information, and then JDA, of course, couldn't hide his power level and try to be, I don't know, a decent human being,
right?
He starts beating his chest to somebody who said to forgive him.
Yeah, she was sticking up for him, and he decided, "Fuck you too."
Mm-hmm.
But he also unblocked me. So Cheesy Rice Man, block me back, please.
Yeah. Could you go ahead and reblock me? Because that would be great.
A strange woman comes out and starts defending him, and then he decides that girls have cooties and tells her to stop.
Well, he did it basically to
flex her, basically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And well, here's where it gets crazy. Is I had a run-in with John and a certain captain the day before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get to that in a second. But the kicker is that, and this is something that Cecil told me, is that there's only, because basically what John said is he said to this woman, I have your personal information. I know exactly what your real identity is.
Yeah.
I know your real name. And of course, basically threatening to dox her for, again, telling people to try to forgive him.
Yeah.
And she was very confused by this, as was everyone else. And what I was told is that there's only a couple of people who know her real name. One of them, Cecil, because she was invited to his home. The other person that was invited was Tim Lim.
Yeah. And I doubt Cecil's going to do that.
No, he would never. He immediately, he was the first person to say that was probably Tim publicly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That.
And
that actually got me to do something on my podcast that I never do. I never tell people to not buy somebody's comics, ever. I've told people if they still wanted to put back Doug TenNapel and Micah Smiller, despite the way that they treated me and despite the way they've treated a lot of other people, if you think the book looks good and you don't give a shit about how they behave, go ahead and buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I have actively said, don't buy anything from that group of people. And that group that basically said nothing while he did that. Or would have given him information. Just don't give them your attention. That is above any political conflicts, above anything else. When it comes to being a comic book creator, taking the personal information of a customer or a potential customer and threatening them with it, threatening their anonymity, that is an ethical breach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it basically says any of your private data that they might have, it is not safe.
Yeah. And I don't, that sends the message, you don't want to buy from us because, you know, at a moment's notice, we can decide we're pissed.
Mm-hmm. Now, what was funny is that JDA immediately tried to back out of it. And he started saying, like, well, I didn't really know her information. I just said I did to see if I could get the reaction I wanted.
Which is bullshit.
Which, even if it were true,
he's a liar either way.
Not make him look any better.
Like, he's a liar
you either lied about having her information, which is a fucking terrible thing to do to somebody who wants to remain, anonymous, especially given the fact that that couple has given a pretty significant amount of money to Zach's GoFundMe. Mm-hmm. And no normal couple can throw that kind of money around. Mm-hmm. You know, like,
and just the fact of how many books they've helped.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember I was listening to War Campaign last night, and Gat says that he had Miss Biggins like basically daily trying to ask him, put up another thing for original art. I really want a piece of original art. And he says, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I wish I could. She said, and she was like begging. She wanted to give him more money.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's the way that couple, couple is. They very, I mean, their super chats are like usually no less than $20.
Yeah, they're big fans. They love comic books. Mm-hmm. But either way, it's if you treat people like that, it's preposterous to me. It disgusts me. And yeah, it's, you're lying one of it either way. You're lying about somebody giving it to you, or you're lying about, just lying in general. Like it disgusts the shit out of me because what really gets me, as devout of a religious guy as I am, the day before, and this is why this pissed me off so much. JDA and Captain Cummings, who was apparently hanging out with that group of shitheads, tried to come to me, and because I had talked some shit about Cummings, and then he had put that video out like saying, "Oh, I'm praying for everybody." Well, I went and talked shit because I'm a jerk, and I just went and I said, like, give me a fucking break, dude. I don't believe you're sincere for a second. The only WWJD you ever believed in was what would Judas do. Cummings and I don't like each other, and I hate him because he called himself a friend at one point, and then stabbed me in the back the instant he thought it would get him some internet clout. Mm-hmm. It's not a person you trust. But the thing that gets me is they come back, and there's no asking for forgiveness for the way that either of those guys treated me. Mm-hmm. John De La Rose, when I came at him with truth about how he was acting towards comic book fans, lied about my political alignment, lied about my religious background, lied about a bunch of other things about me. He told 0 bits of truth at all. And I don't take kindly to that. It's like, you need to address the criticism. Your fault, because I got on him for falsely accusing comic book fans of being racist when they're not.
Yep.
That bugs the shit out of me, And what really got, and just, it's like, I'm not going to, that's not something that I easily forgive. And you're coming back to me with this talk of Christian unity. And I'm like, I've never seen Christian unity much, and I'm not expecting to see it in comic books, especially considering the two of you, both him and Cummings, are fucking snakes in the grass. This is just the way it's their nature. It's the scorpion and the frog all over again.
Yep.
And then they go and they do this. A snake with a cross on it is still a snake.
Yep.
It doesn't change its nature just because it's got a different pattern. You can shed your skin, you're still a snake. Mm-hmm. And it bugged the crap out of me. That's probably, in my opinion, should be forever the nail in the coffin for that whole group of people. Anybody who associates with John De La Rose, Tim Lim, Captain Cummings, and what other retards are in that group? Crypto and like the Incel brothers.
Yep.
You got them on your stream. You're promoting them. That's what you're promoting.
Yep.
You're promoting people who are okay with doxing customers. You know, Edwin too. You got to throw him in there. Like, that's who you're promoting. Because when John did that, Edwin didn't say shit. Cummings didn't say shit. The Incel brothers, they don't give a shit.
Nope.
You know, so on and so forth. Like they didn't say squat. They didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, where was the immediate denouncement from Edwin?
Yeah, exactly. He asks everybody else to denounce everything. Where's his?
Where's that immediate denouncement that he keeps talking that he wants to see people do, right? Where was that saying, no, John, you're wrong. Don't do that shit. You know? No, didn't see that. Why? Ally.
Yeah. You don't get to come to me or come at me because I make sexually oriented jokes and things like that and then go and do that.
Yeah.
Because, oh my God, you know, Micah Curtis imitated Edwin Boyette, who was imitating something that Zach said, saying Heather Antos is a cum dumpster. I'm going to say it again. Heather Antos is a cum dumpster. 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 There's your recording for the week, Cherries. You can use it all you want.
Uh-oh.
But it's like, that's just sort of the gimmick. You know, I find things like that funny. You know, so
yeah,
it frustrates me to no end just because, you know, you sit there and claim to be the freaking God Squad or whatever, and then you're trying to sit there and tell me that, you know, I need to check my behavior, and that you go and you act like that, and you say I need to be united with you. No thanks, I'm good where I'm at, man. The people I'm around, they don't dox people. They don't treat their customers like that.
Yep.
You know, and the only time I've ever seen them give people the finger is because somebody else walked up to them and gave them the finger first.
Yep. Well, I'll put it this way, Micah. You and I are both Christian, and I think we both our beliefs align pretty well.
Yeah.
How many times have I gone to you and said, "Hey, Micah, what you're doing is wrong," or how many times have you come to me and said, "Hey, what you're doing is wrong"?
I don't know of any.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know why? Because that's between you and the man upstairs.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, I don't need the peanut gallery getting involved with my talks with the Almighty. You know?
Yeah.
Well, we're just here to counsel. It's like, if I got to depend on you to get to heaven, I'm in fucking trouble.
Oh yeah.
You know Absolutely.
What I'm saying? We were just here to counsel. They fucking pastors now? Or pastors? Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's one thing that I got on Chris Braley, the editor-in-chief of Bleeding Fool, about. Is he came to me with the stuff that Rumble Terrier sent him out of context, mind you. And he starts preaching at me. I asked him point blank, I'm here, are you my preacher? I'm like, you're going to come to me. It's like, are we going to play who's the bigger sinner? Because if you want to play it, I guarantee you will lose. And he did. Because I threw everything. I'm like, look, you keep pushing me. What we're talking about goes public. And he kept doing it. So you probably remember that day. I threw everything on Twitter. Right out of the gate. A quote from him basically saying that sent me joking around and doing the Edwin impersonation going, a Heather Antos is a cum dumpster. Cum dumpster. You know, like that is equal. That's just as bad as doxing people or threatening to dox them. Threatening, which of course could expose them to potential harm. What? Or supporting a Holocaust denier. I don't like going into politics because that would count as that, but that's something John has done. And of course, there's the associations with Vox Day, like that in and of itself should tell you everything, you know. And you want to sit here and play who's the bigger sinner? Like you do not do that ever, you know.
Not a game you'll win, as they say. And let me clear up something. Edwin, as far as I know, hasn't said anything. What I was saying is Micah did an impression of Edwin saying something that Zach said once.
Yeah. And
it was broadcast by people all over Twitter trying to say, look at this fake Christian.
Yeah, basically.
You know, and
I was basically quoting the Dark Roast as if quoted by Edwin Boyette.
and it was a bit. It was a joke.
Yeah, that's the joke. Is
Yeah.
that's some? I don't like Edwin at all. That's something he would never say, and that's what makes it funny.
Yeah, exactly. And then Wilberforce Rooster says Antos got her a job for being just that. Well, I mean, you know.
I tend to not make those accusations without proof, but it's probably a possibility, but I'm not gonna out and out.
Well, if you notice what I say, well, yeah, I'm not gonna say yes or I'm not gonna say no. It's not my business,
Yeah, exactly.
But
so
when somebody, and this goes for anybody, male or female, somebody just comes from out of nowhere and suddenly has a staff editor job at Marvel Comics.
Something a little peculiar.
Yeah.
Just a bit. So when it comes right down to it, though, I just, I found myself just absolutely just infuriated by all of it. Mm-hmm. Now, the thing with me is that, like, I blocked all of them. I don't usually block people on Twitter, but I have no reason to think. Well, I know John Delarose did not back Inglewood, and if he did, I'd give him his money back. But just because I don't want anything to do with him. But the I don't think Captain Cummings is ever going to buy one of my books, or any of those guys are ever going to buy anything from me, and I'm perfectly fine with that. It doesn't keep me up at night. The thing that just bothers me is, like, these guys, I don't know why they treat what's going on like we're at war with something. Like there is a culture war going on. But in comic books, I hate to say it, when it comes to the big two, it's over.
Yep.
You know, like it's done. Like, that's part of the whole thing with the your heroes are dead thing. The whole, there's no way to impact the big two without competing with them. And that is not a 1-year plan or a 2-year plan. That is a 10-year plan.
Yep.
This is basically saying to yourself, all right, this industry is fucked, to be honest with to say it as bluntly as possible. It's fucked. So we have to do something that is going to compete with the rest of it. And for me, like a big part of that is putting out a few books a year, and maybe someday in the future getting to a point where we can do monthlies. I'd love to do it. But we'll have to see what happens. But but that takes time and that takes planning, which is why I'm glad that young man sent me his portfolio. Is I could use him for a future project now. Right. And I would just have to find an artist, and then I've got ideas in the back that I could script in a few days. So, but that's the sort of thing that has to be on, be your priority. And for these guys to act like they're at war and to do the things that they do, and even some of the things that they believe, I look at this and I go, this is insane. Like, you guys are fucking nuts. And you don't get to wonder why people don't gravitate to you.
Yeah.
I found it funny that Cummings still has 18,000 subscribers, less than me, fucker. That'll drive him nuts. But he's got that many subscribers, but whenever he starts a live stream, despite the fact that like 2 or 3 people demand him to return on Twitter, he can't get like 30 people in there unless he's saying shit about Ethan. And that's going to be the pattern. He's going to try to make a comeback. That's going to be the pattern. I'm calling it right now.
Well, isn't that like all their like game plans now, right?
Oh yeah, that's all they're going to do.
If you look at metrics, I mean, you can only look at numbers, right? When you see somebody like a certain person last week who decided to make their video about how much F Comicsgate, bye-bye, if you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The views for those two
I got
videos,
stuff to say about her too if you want.
Oh,
Please.
I did have a lot to say. Oh, you know what? We forgot to point out who follows what's her face. Oh well.
It's always funny, Micah, that when these people quote do what they do and they turn or whatever, that the same people always come running along. Oh, we support you 100%. That we're against them a week ago.
Yeah.
You finally saw the light.
Yep.
You know, same ones. It never misses a beat ever.
Second verse, same as the first.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the thing that bugs me about that is like, and I made a tweet about it the other day. I look at it like this. I have, you've heard the term the fam, right?
Oh yeah.
And the fam is, people who you consider your family. This group right here, because I consider them the fam. That group is expanding, because I'm finding a lot of cool people in CG and stuff like that who are cool. And that's
that's one of the reasons why every time I'm hopping, I was like, hey, family.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, it takes a lot of restraint on my part not to jump in and get involved in certain arguments on Twitter, especially the one Piper gets in.
Yeah.
She seems to be a magnet for this stuff. But do you think for a second that I'm going to forget the fact that this person is suddenly liking the comments from those people who harassed Piper?
Yeah.
You think I'm going to forget that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you think I'm? Yeah. Like somebody said, does it say I'm mandated to forgive according to the Bible? Hell yeah, it does. It don't mean
you don't have to forget. Yep.
I will never forget. It does. Yeah. This dude robbed my house. Oh, I forgive him. You think I'm damn gonna let him in my house anymore?
Nope.
Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah, with the whole Tristan thing, I said to myself, I called her out in the comment section of one of Ethan's videos. I said, for somebody who is so over the drama, you certainly are wanting to start some. And for somebody who is, so trying to take the moral high ground, you certainly got a lot of people who have harassed me getting big old hearts from you in your comment section.
Same.
It's like, what the fuck are you on, woman?
Yep.
Like this is what gets me. And here's some background for you. Remember when Quinn went after her?
Yeah.
You want to know who one of the first people was that went to her to try to help her navigate law enforcement?
I'm sure it was you.
It was this guy. Yeah. Because I've been down that road. You probably remember during the Gamergate days when Quinn and Brianna Wu came after me over a certain article when I was writing for Tech Raptor.
Yep.
Like this is not news. I've been, this is why I tell people, it's like when I've been through the ringer, I should have I survived Gamergate shirt or some bullshit. Like seriously, I went through the ringer when I was working at Tech Raptor, and I went through the ringer when I worked at Blistered Thumbs too. So this internet shit is not new to me. Yeah. But the whole thing is that you're going to sit there and you're going to blame all of Comicsgate, every single person, which would of course would include me, and
the majority who have not wronged.
You're gonna blame all of us for the actions of one dude.
Yeah.
And it's nothing against that guy. He's a fan of mine, apparently. I didn't know that. But I flat out said to him, I'm like, dude, you shouldn't have done that. Like, privacy complaints on YouTube are for if you've been doxxed. That's basically what they're for. That's basically what the terms of service say. Is that if you violate a privacy, you posted somebody's personal information. Tweets are public domain. You can put that out there. So, I mean, you might as well treat it like you said it out in public and somebody recorded you.
Yep.
So the thing that gets me is that you're going to sit there and you're going to refuse to talk to Ethan on a subject when you had plenty of time and several live streams to go into. And by the way, him getting super chats is not an excuse for you not going in there. Like most channels that you're going to do a live stream on and people are going to interview you, they're monetized. It's just the name of the game. And the drama is going to make money. So what? It means you're a needle mover. That gives, and this is something that I learned very early on in the entertainment industry. If that is an opportunity, that is an opportunity for you to walk in there on somebody else's home turf and hand them their ass.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look good, it translates. If you look bad, it translates. It's a 50-50 split.
Yep.
You know, but you've got a chance. But the thing is that, and it's the same thing with just going on live stream in general. Like especially a big channel. It's like every time I'm on Ethan's channel, that's a time to make fans, and that's what he tells people to do.
Mm-hmm.
Sell yourself, you know, because that's what's going to happen. John Malin will tell you the exact same thing. I know he's told me that. Mike Murphy's in the chat. I know he's told Mike too. You know, so the fact of the matter is that, you know, she has no excuses to hide behind here.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I understand it's frustrating to get a strike on YouTube. Like the stream I did on Saturday, I got a copyright strike that I have to fight from some bullshit Japanese company.
Well, at least
meaning,
she ended up getting a strike. She basically just got a message that says we're looking into it, and then YouTube was like, "Yeah, no, that's not a."
It was there was absolutely no danger of her channel getting taken down.
Yeah, exactly. And at worst is the worst comes to worst, she'd have to edit something out of it, and YouTube has a built-in blur filter where you can just put a blur on something when they tell you to do it.
Yep.
You know, it takes like 10 seconds. So when it comes right down to it, you know, she acted as if there is some sort of a grand conspiracy to get her. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sorry, lady, you're going to have to prove that. You're going to have to prove that a bunch of people behind the scenes plotted for you to get this privacy strike. You have to prove that, or else you look like an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was all a game because you notice when she put it out there, of course, you know, what did she do? She cropped out the important information of who did it.
Oh yeah, that was fully deliberate.
Yeah,
she could have put it out there, and she could have to address that person specifically said, "Yo, what the fuck?" Which is what she should have done. I
mean, and obviously she knows who did it because that guy has DMs with her where they've interacted before, so they know each other.
Exactly.
You know? So it's not a unknown quantity to her. It wasn't some rando who said, "I'm going to report this stream." LOL. You know, this was somebody, and like I said, I disagree with what he did too. Right.
Yeah.
I do consider that a false flag because there was no reason for it. He put out a public statement, like you said on Twitter. It's considered a public statement. There's nothing you can do about that. I mean, I've gone to the lengths of like when I've done put together videos and stuff, I'll just take their name off the tweet. You know, so it'll just stand on its own as a statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. And most people say, "Oh, you know," and see, that's another thing. Like you said, you know, Mecha Stu, didn't Todd Crawford come forward with that? Yes, he did. I'm glad he did. He doesn't he doesn't regret what he did.
Yeah.
He stands by it. I don't agree with him, but he did come out and say, "I did it." Now, the one thing that the Cherry Brigade and all those idiots are doing is saying that Ethan said when, you know, he said the super chat said, "I'm the one that did the thing," and Ethan said, "Good for you." What they want to take that and just put it in that context.
Him back patting.
Yeah.
But which is not the case.
What Ethan had said earlier in that stream was
I was there. The way he said it was more dismissive than anything.
But what I'm going by earlier in the stream, Ethan said whoever did it should just go ahead and admit to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what he was saying good for you on is it's good that you admitted this. It's a good thing that you're owning it. And he even went on Twitter when it happened and said this shouldn't have been flagged. Yeah. He even in the video said he shouldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he also called out Nerdette for being a drama queen, you know, and that's the fact of the matter is that whenever these sorts of situations come up, you have to, look at the situation and say to yourself, all right, I'm in a controversial situation here. People are pissed at me. There is the possibility I did do something wrong. Mm-hmm. When it came to the whole thing with the Edwin thing, I will freely admit I completely forgot that I did the whole cum dumpster bit. I completely forgot.
Yeah.
So oddly enough, it was Tristan who got in touch with me and said, "Hey, you might want to watch the clip again. You did say it, but you were impersonating Edwin." Mm-hmm. I'm like, "Did I?" And I went back and then I went on Twitter and said, "Yeah, I did do that, but I'm not apologizing for it because it was a joke." Yeah. And it's directed towards one particular person, and that's what you're really mad about.
Yep.
Tristan just comes across as really two-faced.
Yeah. Well, this definitely exposed the other side of her for sure. You know, because some of the shit that she said since then is straight up fucking Mean Girls bullshit. So like some of the shit she said about Mandy.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, I know.
Yeah, that is like pure jealousy and just.
And like I said, I will say this again, just so I'm going to make it very clear because I have my witness right here. Okay. Mandy had no idea that there was a problem with Tristan.
Yeah.
None. And I can say that because the night we did our midnight stream, where we did New Year's stream, right? After the stream, we were all in here, you know, talking, shooting bull, having a good time. And they started talking about their, you know, Girls of Comicsgate stream that her and Piper and Charlie's London want to do, right?
Yeah.
And Mandy was the one who said, why don't we ask Tristan?
Yep.
And Piper is my witness. Did she not say that?
She did. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that would be.
I was the one that said,
Yeah, you were the one that said, I'm the one that just didn't know. You know, once like Tristan
because I had been kind of seeing like some of the comments she had been making to other people's videos, like, you know, some of those crazy like that one guy who's talking about like you know, comic creators need to kiss the customer's ass and all that stuff. And you know,
that Sergeant Bats or something like that.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah,
that guy's fucking crazy.
Yeah, and so she was like, it's like good stream, good content, and then, you know, talking about that, and she's done that on other people's, you know.
Well, yeah, funny story about that one. So the Sergeant Bats thing comes out, and I did a video after I wasn't on the one where Ethan roasted him. I was on a different one where it was discussed.
Yeah,
and then I did my video talking about, I think it was like the future of comics criticism or something like that. And I did a counterpoint, and then she does a video where she's trying to play both sides.
Well.
Yeah. And I'm like, no. Sorry, but no. Like, no, that guy's an idiot.
Yep.
He's not a very bright guy. That's okay. Some people just aren't that smart.
Yep.
But that dude's just no. Just no. So, but yeah, you can't get mad at Mandy. Like that, one thing that really got me was like talking about the way that Mandy will dress. Like, don't get on a Southern girl about wearing shorts. Second, don't get mad at Mandy just because she's confident enough in herself to show herself from the shoulders down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was another thing, Mandy. Like, she did a stream about this, and I said, you know, while it was going on, I said, hey, can I pop in? Right? Because it was her, Peter Gilmore, Wyatt Holiday, and then I came in. Right?
Yeah.
And we, you know, after it was all said and done, you know, she said, what should I told, you know, we all advised you to probably just take the stream down. You said what you wanted to say. The people who were there, who know you, heard it, and that's it. And of course, the day after, people were coming, well, we know what you said on that stream, and that's why you took it down, and da-da-da. I said, what did she say on the stream? I was there. Tell me what she said. She made fun of Nerdette's voice. That was the worst thing she did, right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, Mandy will say, you know, and I'm going to repeat what Mandy said because she said it, right? I don't think she would have a problem with what she, you know, me repeating this. And she said, like, I worked hard for the way I look. She said, I'm 36 years old. Spoilers, she's not that, you know. Yeah, everybody's like, She said,
there's no way she's older than me.
He said that, I was like, what?
Yeah.
She's
yeah,
older than me.
She looks 22.
Right?
yeah. You're like a youngin. I agree with you guys. She looks like a youngin, but she's not.
Fine wine.
But she said, I am 36 years old and had 2 kids. She said at her highest weight, she was like 200 pounds. And she said she's worked hard for the body that she's got, and she's going to show it off if she wants to. That's her, you know, her prerogative. I said, damn right. Yeah, you know, damn right.
Yeah, dude, if I was more svelte than I am right now, this sweater would not be on. I'd stream shirtless all the time. I'd have a much bigger female audience.
Oh, I said straight up, who was it? I think it was Malin said the other day, like when he was 200 pounds, he looked good, but when he was like 185, he looked like a god.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said, could you imagine? Just like, I said, I'm, you know, 6'2". I can imagine myself at 180. I said, if you look like a stick, or I would be so, you know, just jacked.
I was 180 when I was 14. Like, there's no.
Yeah, sounds about right. That's been a while.
I have to say, because of how late it's getting, but I have to say the one thing that like I was thinking of saying on earlier streams about Tristan,
Mm-hmm.
and it's freaking the thing that bugs me is how hardcore Robert was defending Tristan specifically to me. Me and him are supposed to be friends. We disagree on a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to be friends.
He won't
Like-
talk to me anymore. I apparently I'm too apologetic about War Campaign. When my apologetics, Micah, was just block them.
That was.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what I tell them too. Is if it's bothering you, block them, and then you know they're gonna get bored. Believe me. And
Yeah, they'll move on.
Oh.
I actually Robert did a response video to me, and I actually went in because he started making excuses for the big two. I went in there.
That would.
Yeah, me being me, I go in there and I go, dude, do not make excuses for the people who want to believe you, to abuse you. Your heroes are dead. See you later, buddy.
Mm-hmm. And it's really, the thing is like
That boy stands up to the wrong people all the time.
Every time.
It almost feels like he's looking for drama too, but I don't think he's looking for it intentionally because I don't think he can handle it.
So no, I think that
but he does it. But no, what really bugs me is we chat back and forth in DMs, and I used to pop on to like his streams every once in a while, but the last time we chatted
before this,
the last time I chatted before this was right before all the cherries started going at me for a whole month. Complete silence from my friend.
Not even a checking in. How you doing? Are you okay?
Absolute silence from him the entire time. Definitely didn't pop into the threads, trying to help out or whatever. But yeah, not even checking in DMs. So the next time he messages me, it is to defend, to hardcore super defend, how Tristan treats people.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, geez, if only you were a friend of more than one person, I guess. Like,
yeah, he definitely picks the wrong time to defend people. That's one thing I've noticed about him. He wants to stand up for something, but he always does it in the wrong spot.
Especially since he kept telling me, like, Tristan's getting dogpiled because of this thing. And I was like, Tristan's not on Twitter.
Yeah, he's kind of like Don Quixote at this point.
I was being dogpiled and called the nastiest things for a whole month. And where were you?
Yeah. So he is Don Quixote chasing the windmill.
Kind of reminds me of that meme of the falcon and the sparrow. The risk I took was calculated. Christ, I'm bad at math.
Oh boy, am I bad at math.
Yeah.
Yeah. A Brown has to point out that Rumble Terrier has no friends on Xbox Live.
Okay, Xbox has no games.
Has any friends, period. I really don't. But he and Tristan are friends.
Yeah, but that's the thing that bugged me about them. Like I said, when he told me, okay, he got mad one time because he
too, and then I noticed him and Tristan are friends. So,
well, here's the funny thing about Rob. A few months ago, he did a video where he said that, like, talking about like the comic book community built on a house of sand, right?
Stole my line.
And what he's trying to say is like, all this arguing and stuff, and this, that, the other, people are choosing sides, and it's all built on sand. It's not going to last. Blah 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 blah. Well, the person who came into his into his comment section was Liam Gray. Micah, you've met Liam.
My twin?
Yeah, your twin, your Australian twin, Liam. And Liam can be intense.
Yes,
but he's usually right.
Yeah. Liam is the red Oni to my blue Oni.
Yes. And so he came in and he says, like, dude, he's basically telling him, you are totally wrong about War Campaign. Right? He said, War Campaign are the good guys. He said, you might not like some of their tactics, what are their tactics? They make fun of people.
Yeah. Penis memes.
Penis memes, yeah. that this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. And so he sends me a screenshot of it, and he goes, I'm done. I am done with this fucking community. I'm like, okay. I never said another word to him. I was like, well, that's okay.
It's not the hill to die on, Robert. Probably watching this. Robert, this is not the hill to die on.
Yeah.
This is I can think of so many worse things. And here's something to keep in mind is that when the cherries and them came after me too, like who of the OG CGs had my back? You know, like Zach's not on Twitter. If he was, he would have had my back. I have no doubt. He's a good friend.
Yep.
England team fucking hates me, and the feeling's mutual. I don't like him either. Because he's got a bachelor's in revisionist history.
Well, yeah, and he was the one that told you that. I remember correctly. He told you specifically you were not CG.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. And Hatman, oddly enough, got to it before I did. Said, no, we were talking about Comicsgate the instant it started on our podcast. You don't get to tell him that he's not the OG guy.
Yep.
You know, so there's that. And then Cummings wasn't around, and he wouldn't have raised a finger to help me anyway. You know, Doug Ernst and I don't really talk, so there's that's a non-issue. You know, like who else really is there? You know, there's not a lot of people except for like the nobodies. You know, and yet the people who did have my back were Roe and Gat, and a lot of it was Pan, oddly enough, and also Joe Frago.
Me too is where I met a bunch of war campaign people that I thought didn't know who I was. Jumping in there, and I would just look at the name and be like, "Oh, that's that Pan dude that I know people talk about."
Yeah,
fucking helping me out, and I think Ro did at least once.
They'll back you up, no questions asked.
Yeah,
like if you are Comicsgate, they got you, and that's what they've told me. You know, that's something that I respect them for, is that they understand that, you know, there's bullshit out there on the internet, and people will just dogpile you for the dumbest bullshit on earth, and that makes no fucking sense. And they will get in there, and they will be your backup if you need it. You know, and that's something that I appreciate them for, because it gives me space as a creator to work. You know, and I wouldn't have that otherwise. Yeah, and Jason puts it. Hey, how's it going, Jason? Jason puts it pretty well there. They make fun of people after that person clearly lost themselves in a ridiculous argument and won't quit. It's not like they're bullies spoiling for a fight. Exactly. I've never seen them say something so fucking, you know, crazy or abusive that, you know, is made me go, what the hell? You know, there's no reason. And Mikey Wood says we defend CG, not attack in its name. And that's one thing I appreciate about these guys. They understand that the Comicsgate doesn't need to fucking attack anybody. We've got so much fucking talent in the wings as creators. And this is something that the OG guys didn't understand either. There's so much fucking talent. First off, the fact that we have the two most high-profile artists, well, three, I would say, would probably be Ethan, Malin, and Art T. Bear. Probably the three most high-profile. Though there's a fucking lot of really good people. You know, and with the OG people, it's not like I don't have anything against them. Like for Robert, if you're watching this, thank you for backing my friend Von Klaus's book today. I'm very appreciative of that, because Vaughn is a very, very talented kid. And he's become a friend of mine and somebody that I really like hanging out with. And he's going to do big things in the future, and every little bit helps. You know, I don't think that, and the thing is, like, there's very few people or OG or anything like that I think they're bad people. It's just they're in a weird spot. And, you know, why would we attack people? We have no reason to. You look at the fucking lineup of books we got coming out that are going to fulfill this year, and then other stuff that's coming out. I listed a few of them earlier. You've got Vinny just dropped the Through the Woods collection today.
Yep.
Then
Cash
you've
grab
got
tomorrow.
Yeah, then tomorrow's cash grab. That's going to be big. And then Vestige will start fulfilling. Then Brutus is going to start fulfilling. And both of those, like, Donald is so fucking talented. I love Donald DeLay so much.
His style, he can shift his style to almost anything you need, essentially. That's what
I want to work with Donald at some point.
Yeah.
I hope we get the chance to. So Donald, hit me up, brother.
Mm-hmm.
But you've also got Wrecked Planet. You got Xenotype from my twin.
Yep.
3 Nights, 4 Days from me.
Yep.
Dragoon Knight Aldrake from Wenger. That's going to be hilarious. There's Mortal Worlds. What else is going to be? Rob Willis is remastering his book. And there's another Downcast that's coming out because I saw Vinny's cover for it today. Comes out next week, actually.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Oh, Sweetcast, Downcast.
Yeah, Downcast Volume 2.
Tomorrow. That's tomorrow as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, there's so much good stuff. Oh, Replicator. That's it. Is what Rob Arnold's doing.
And then there's some projects that we don't even know about yet that are probably, coming soon. You know what I mean? So. I just got to point out something, and I think Piper made a good point about Robert. I don't think Robert's a bad guy.
No.
No.
He's a bad friend, though.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really thinks he's a bad guy.
He just, CG Jumpstart. That's another good one.
Yeah.
But
Thanks,
no.
Gail.
Thanks, Gail. Appreciate it. Mike was like, please don't harass. But no, we already said cash grab. And then Zach's secret projects that are coming out. But anyway, the thing about, I got to say this real quick about Robert. I don't think he's a bad guy. I think that he takes things the wrong way because War Campaign defended this guy.
Yeah.
I think Mike fell asleep. And let's find out. I'm going to mute him. Yep. But they defended that guy, and all he could say is like, "Oh, they're just trying to butter me up. They're really against me." And
that's the conversations I've had with him. It just seems like he's just very determined to be, I don't know, a victim of something that's not happening.
Yeah, he calls it that. He said it on Ethan's stream. He says, "If I do this review, they're going to go after me. If I do that review, they're going to go after. They're not going to." I'm like, "That's all in your head, brother."
Yeah. You don't know unless you do it.
No, let me say this right now, Robert. Buy Inglewood, back it to the digital tier if you don't want to spend shit. Review it. I want to hear what you think. Do it, and I will not attack you. I didn't. The one time I commented on one of your videos, I didn't attack you either. I just said something that I thought was true about what you were doing. That's it. It's not personal.
Yep.
Go for it.
I think you're backing the wrong horses, but that's life. That's what happens. Because he'll say like, I can't review Earthworm Jim or I can't review Bigfoot Bill. So who said you can't?
Right. Review whatever you
want. And then he said, then he would
possible
and then he was saying, Piper knows what I'm talking about. He would say, well, they'll think I'll believe what what the writer or the artist think. I'm like, well, just do a disclaimer then.
I was gonna say he's got disclaimers now, so maybe that bit is over now because he does have disclaimers.
Well, and funny thing is, Piper and I recorded a few of them for him.
I was gonna say 3 of them are me.
That whole he got like Tristan to do one because the Queen has to obviously be first.
I've got a professional sounding one that sounds like a toddler.
So normal Piper.
The way too southern one. What?
Nothing.
So now y'all know.
But I want to point out before I said.
Oh, I know what you said. Wow, that was weird. It's like the mouse took a while to get to the cheese there.
But I got to point out this screenshot, and this is something Michael Beacon sent a couple days ago, and I thought this is very apt. This is something that Zach said, like I think it was before he killed his Twitter, obviously. He says, do you remember the day, Ethan Van Sciver, when I handed you the crown that controlled the minds of all Comicsgaters, that put them all under your sway, that gave you complete power over them?
The crown from Hellboy 2.
Yeah. But, that's the thing. Like, there's people who actually believe that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's true. I mean, I was on Ethan's stream today. We actually went over an article that basically said that.
Yeah. And that's the thing, man. That's what I don't. Ugh. But it's like I said, we could go all night talking about these folks, and that this, that, and the other. But the point is, it's like War Campaign kind of said it. It's kind of a dead meme now. Like,
yeah,
I said it the best. I said they're just basically you use them for memes, right? They're all jokes now. There's nothing really you can suss out from them that is worth talking about or worth saying anymore. You just when they pop up, you make fun of them. I mean, something here. I'll play this. Something like this.
Ja men, man.
Wow.
Ja men, man.
Wow.
Ja men, man.
Oh, wow.
Ja men, man.
I'm so glad I sent that to you. Makes me laugh every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, Xavier was the inspiration for that joke.
that was still one of the funniest live stream moments I've ever had.
Oh yeah. I still go back and look at that clip. It's just and the best part, Mike, is when you add a record scratch to that. It's like it just sets it off perfect. It's like all of a sudden, you're sitting there, y'all are all sitting there, and then Doug goes, Edwin and Mike Miller are manly men, and I just put that, and y'all are just like.
I still remember when we had when it was me and Wenger on here last time. He's like, I was so gone.
Oh yeah,
he was.
Yeah, he was
out of it.
He was. But yeah, so I think Piper's getting sleepy. So
Yeah.
and I think Mike fell asleep. So, but I will say this. This is I think Mike, you agree with this is a clip I found from Mask, and I think this sums up all those people on that side who think they're got these great ideas. I think this sums them up right now.
What an ingenious plan this was. I am continually impressed by my brilliance.
Yeah, that's about right.
It's definitely Stephanie Cook or whatever.
Yeah.
Definitely her right now.
I am continually impressed by my brilliance. So. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for showing up. Of course, check out Inglewood on Indiegogo, still up. I think Mike is looking to get that done soon.
Yes, we are looking to hopefully fulfill during February. But like I've said before, I have told my colorist that I'm okay with him taking time with it, because I would much rather it produce quality pages than rushed pages. Like the reason he's even admitted he's kind of slow. But let me show you guys something cool.
Okay, let me kill mine.
Yeah, definitely be on the lookout too for the upcoming porn parody Dinglewood or Danglewood.
This is the sort of thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like you look at the deformation in the face and stuff like this. Like this is.
It goes back to the wait a minute, I'm supposed to check my DMs apparently.
Mike is asleep. God, I wish that were me.
What?
Oh yeah, check DMs. I'm reading the
Oh no.
What did you do?
It's what Simon did.
No.
Dare I ask?
Does that have to do with Danglewood?
You know what? I'll show y'all after we go off the air.
Oh no!
Show everybody. Gotta show back.
No. I literally will get. We could actually get kicked off YouTube if I show this.
Oh jeez!
So it does have to do with
Damn it,
Danglewood.
Sim! You did it again.
Donglewood.
Danglewood.
Anyway, guys, like I said, be sure to check out Inglewood on. I'll put a link in the description after we get off the air, so people later on can check it out. So yeah, guys, thank y'all so much for showing up tonight. 50 people. Good gracious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know why? You want to know why?
Why?
Because Mandy went to bed early tonight.
This is true that when we don't compete,
yeah,
step out of each other's way, it actually works out pretty well.
Get a full audience.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, so we'll check y'all later, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Because tomorrow night, if things go according to plan, we will have a certain drunk internet lawyer from Minnesota on. So be sure to check us out there. Y'all have a good one, and we'll see y'all then.
Bye-bye.
Frick yeah.